Alright then, here we go. I'm logging in. Hello everyone. Merry Winter's Day. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, whatever your chosen flavor is. Welcome. It's time for Freezy. Safari Freezy as well, of course. I have a new setup now. I can now see YouTube chat and Twitch chat very easily. So enjoy. YouTube chat, you will no longer be ignored intentionally, deliberately. So that's the good news for you guys. I need to get rid of this stuff. Wait, what even is this? What is this setup? Wait, what? What's going on here? I've just mangled my gear, I think. You know, playing multiple game modes with one character is just so painful. Why is it this bad? Why does it suck this much? I've logged in, guys. I'm already mad. Okay, that's my reality right now. I log in and I'm instantly triggered. What's going on here? Okay. Alright, that'll do. Wait, Darren's, there's no fucking shot, bro. Wait, there's no... this is bullshit, dude. Darren's, there's no way you depleted +2s. I'm gonna have to check your VOD. I'm checking your VOD. The game kind of is unplayable without one character per game, though. That is true. It kind of is unplayable. You're not wrong. Yeah. I didn't play on stream. Did you record? I mean, I need evidence that you depleted. There's no evidence. Okay, okay. Interesting. Hey, Orange Lexa. Merry Christmas to you. What do we got here? A player has left your group. Would you like to find another player to finish end time? Wait, what? What is going on here? Yo, Lynn. Merry Christmas indeed. Yeah, this is an interesting thing, actually, isn't it? Of course, because from my perspective, it's, well, it's Christmas Eve today. Christmas Day is tomorrow, but I think many countries kind of do the full Christmas on the 24th. Which is a slightly different kind of situation, guys. Okay, oh, and look at this. Look what just arrived, guys. It's my Christmas present. 325 viewers. I absolutely love to see that. Merry Christmas to you as well, of course. And all of the gamers joining in from the stream. I'm currently trying to defeat this Ice Biker. Okay, the Ice Biker is my current opponent. It's taking a while because I'm in minstrel gear, but we're getting there. Yes, indeed, in Finland the 24th, yes, exactly. I believe that is also the case in a variety of countries. The UK is the weird one, potentially. Maybe we're the ones who are the odd ones out, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, Merry Christmas to one and all, my friends. Indeed. Many gift-themed emotes are highly appropriate right now. Love to see that. Very, very nice. The UK is correct. Christmas is tomorrow. I mean, look, we can get a bit of a debate going on about this, guys. We're going to bring back the debate arc. Love to see that. Incredible. Touchdown with the people across the North Sea. Well, I mean, there you have it, I suppose. 24-hour Freezy stream. Is that what you guys want? You guys want to see that? I mean, we could do that. We could do 24 hours of Freezy. Could make it happen. But I don't think we'll do that. That would probably be a little bit excessive. Give me my pink diamond back? No, honestly, I should remove all of them. The only I don't like the VIP system that much because where do you draw the line on who deserves them, you know? That's what I don't like about the VIP stuff. It's because there are loads of people who, you know, kind of deserve it, but what about the people who are kind of like borderline cases, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like for example, Lynn. Lynn obviously deserves VIP. Lynn is a VIP. So that, I guess you could do like the really clear-cut ones, I suppose. Like Lynn is obviously a VIP. But there's going to be people who are like, well, why don't I have a VIP? right? Like, you know, why don't I have that? I don't really like to kind of delineate and put people into boxes in that way. I think that it doesn't really work. No Christmas this year? That's a good point. I do have it. I knew I forgot something. I knew I forgot something, guys. Let me go and get that. Yeah, I was in a little bit of a rush. Obviously, there's a variety of Christmas-themed stuff going on right now. You guys know how it is. So just turn the stream on. I actually might try and stream tomorrow as well, guys, if I can make that happen. But it will be very late, because obviously I'm out tomorrow. I'm doing a variety of things, family-related stuff. You guys know the drill. Yeah. Yo! My family celebrate Christmas on the 23rd and on the 24th. Well, there you go then. And that's an option. Here we go. Wait. Mike? Wait. Do you guys hear the audio in both ears? I'm only hearing it in my left ear. Wait, what's happened? Are my headphones cooked? What? Oh, no. Wait, so if you guys hear it, then it must be something... It must be the hardware, then. Okay, no. The thing is, this is weird. Something strange could have happened. And let me explain why. Like, when I plugged in a different monitor, because I'm using I've got a different monitor now, right? Because I've got a bigger monitor so I can read YouTube chat and Twitch chat at the same time. But it completely obliterated all of my sound settings. The moment I activated it, the sound settings on my computer imploded because Windows, I guess. So there could be something weird going on there. Cable near the plug? Well, it's a single cable, so I'm pretty sure that it would just be... It's a single cable. Wait, can I... Wait, is it just the game, though? Hang on, let me listen to something on Twitch. Let me open a stream.
Okay, seems like I'm just gonna...
Oh, no, it's everything. It is everything. It's fucking over, dude. Yeah, because I can only hear Darren's stream in my left ear as well. Got a third monitor for Guild Wars 2? Well, no, look, I just, well, I mean, kind of, I guess. Not really for Guild Wars 2, it's kind of for streaming. Because otherwise, YouTube chat feels unloved and unwanted. Which, you know, that's true, but, you know, I don't want them to feel that way, obviously. This is very surreal, though. It's very weird to only hear things in my left ear. It sounds like the game is to my left. My eyes are getting confused. The game actually looks different because of where it is, of where it's hearing, you know, where it sounds. A 9 monitor setup. I actually do want another monitor because right now I don't, when I run tournaments and stuff, I don't have nearly enough screen to mess around with stuff, so I do need an extra monitor. No, I lied. I love YouTube chat. Shout out to YouTube chat. Shout out to YouTube. Love you guys. Look, I love you guys so much, I changed my entire stream setup just so I can read what you guys are saying in real time. Just like imminent Wonga. What is his name? Who just said oof. Recoiled in pain after being flamed by me. Don't scare YouTube chat, Twitch chat. Don't scare them. Don't put the frog. They don't like it when you guys put the frog.
Quick, use these to heal his heart. No, I need the
Incredible.
minions. Restore me.
Restore him. Or maybe we will be the ones who are restoring him. YouTube hates emotes. No, YouTube, they love it. They love frogs. Hooray, look, he's all happy again, guys.
Thank you for mending my
Wow, his heart is mended. Nice.
such a jerk.
This is beautiful.
It feels good to be all
You need 40k unbound magic? Wait, what do you need? What do you need that? Oh, is that for, like, are you trying to unlock the home instance nodes or something? Yeah, Freezy is down, guys. Freezy is down. Giga juicing the home instance. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. The massive swipe was today. Swiper! Guild Wars 1 Freezy. A true Giga Chad. I think my favorite event in Winter's Day in Guild Wars 1 was like the snowball one. Because you could do some really interesting strats there. You could like get a Necromancer hero and send them in, like detonate them. So it was basically, in Guild Wars 1, guys, it's like a snowball fight that you could have with the Ebon Vanguard, basically, in near the Eye of the North, outside of the Eye of the North. And each profession in Guild Wars 1 you have like basic snowball moves, and then each profession has their own like special move, basically, that they can use. And like the Necromancer one was essentially like a well you could put down. You could like blow yourself up pretty much, and then do like mega AoE damage. So you could send a Necromancer hero in to like this pack of enemy NPCs in the snowball fight, just blow them up and annihilate. It's good. Oh, I should be using the Wayfinder relic, because then we could go. Oh no, maybe they fixed that actually. They might have fixed it. But who knows?
Not much time for talking.
Boom, we're through. Man, you know, I remember when they actually added this. That was a crazy time, guys. It was a crazy time. Back in core Guild Wars 2. Imagine that. Imagine that. Insane. That was when we actually used to get jumping puzzles. The good old days. The good old jumping puzzle days. Oh, these guys had the balls to go for it. I was too scared. I didn't like this mon as much as the Halloween one, though. I really liked the Mad King's Clock Tower when that released. That was high tier. This one is less good. The old hack the Winter's Day puzzle days? Ah, yes. And that's the formation of a classic meme that... it's not even really a meme anymore, right? It's not you don't hear about it that much. But yeah, 29 map points in 60 seconds. For those who don't know, Zach. You might know Zach from the music videos and stuff. He actually got banned in the game, and it was actually quite public. It ended up on the subreddit and stuff like that. And basically, he did claim innocence at the time. He tried to get away with it. But Chris Cleary himself, the absolute Giga Chad, Shazbot, the ban man, he showed up in the Reddit thread and said, no, we saw your character going through 29 map points in 60 seconds, which is completely impossible. And essentially was, you know, a confirmation that hacks were being used to farm the Winter's Day jumping puzzle incredibly quickly. Ah, what a classic. Mad King's Labyrinth. Well, here's the thing. Unnerfed Mad King's Labyrinth was high tier. I don't think many people will even remember that. Okay, so you guys know the Lich, right? The Lich would give himself retaliation, summon little skeletons, and I believe every little skeleton has retaliation as well. So if you AoE'd, you would just instantly die. Okay, like when you were fighting the Lich. Yeah. That was a good time, guys. That's a real festival, let me tell you that. Ah, Jester. Merry Christmas, dude. Yeah, people skipped the Lich. People couldn't do it. People couldn't handle the Lich. Let me try and fix my headphones.
I don't know you.
Because I did jiggle the cameras around. I did jiggle the cables around. Let's do the old plug it in and then unplug it and then replug it. Trick. Surely that works.
I could pretty much kill an ogre.
Dude. I can barely move my arms today. It does not feel good, but it also kind of does. Let's go. People who play the game but never played against retail. Yeah, it's an old experience. Did it work out? Yeah, I'm trying to properly get back into fitness, Lynn. I've been working on that over the last couple of months. It's going pretty well, actually. Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting, actually. Like Jester, well, apparently I'm on the recommended list for joining OnlyFans, which would actually be really fun. We'd have to do some serious grinding though to catch up, man, because a lot of people are at 60, like farming pre-raid bis. Like we'd have to pull some like 10-hour days to actually catch up with the guild. The only good news is that loads of them are dying. Dude, Summit's death was so fucking brutal. Like, did you guys see Summit die in hardcore? He had fucking Edge Masters, dude. Oh, man. He had fucking Edge Masters and he died. That is actually crazy. Level 60, he was juiced, right? Like, he was juiced as hell. They pulled like 17 mobs. He got aggro on a mob because he was like pumping really hard. He got a lot of crits, to be fair. He got like an insane like crit streak, did mega damage, and then pulled aggro, unfortunately. And there was also like an extra pack that got pulled as well, I think. How long does it take to get to 60 in Classic? I think it would probably take me around, I want to say 100 hours. Maybe more than that if I play safe. Maybe like 120 hours if I play safe. Which I probably would, because I wouldn't want to die, obviously. So probably 120 hours. Yeah. Yes. Definitely doable. Oh, it's doable, yeah, for sure. And they're going to want to let people who died, like, re-level. Because quite a lot of the high-profile streamers have obviously died. I'm not even... I did. Like, I don't even know what's going on with S-Fan. Like, what's the deal with S-Fan? He's, like, not even streaming anymore? He's, like, mentally broken? Like, what's happening?
Anything to report?
Yeah, he's mental boom. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I get in. We will see if we are able to get in. My G1 run? Yeah, your G1 one was really good, Lynn, actually. I was really impressed by that. It took me fucking forever, dude, to get G1. It was something that I worked on over months, right? I would just do a couple of maps, vanquishing a day. I would go in... Dude, I was literally the ultimate leech. I would go into a map with like 7 signets of capture, right? Let my heroes do everything and just capture every elite skill that I could, basically. And try to get the elite capturer done. I was doing elite capturer, cartographer, vanquisher at the same time. Cartography wasn't that bad because I was using text mod, right? Where you can basically make it really obvious where you have to explore to. So cartography actually wasn't that bad for me. It was a little bit annoying because you've got to, you know, really squeeze into the corners of the map, right, to get all of that stuff. But yeah. Combine it with Survivor because it was mega safe. Interesting, yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously I wasn't. Well, I mean, you were doing it on a fresh account. There's actually a funny story about this, guys. Like, my GWAM was juiced as hell. So there was this guy called X-Sinners, right? X-Sinners, he was a Guild Wars 1 guy, kind of a tryhard, actually. And he came to Guild Wars 2, and we did some Guild Wars 2, right? We did all the raids and stuff like that. And he was actually really grateful. He was a really nice guy. And because I helped him in Guild Wars 2, he gave me, seriously guys, he gave me a stack of consets. I'm not joking. So basically I just did my full GWAM with like full consets the entire way. So that was obviously pretty useful. So yeah, I basically had like infinite gold. Yeah, he also gave me like an insane amount of gold. He gave me, I don't even know how much it was. It was like multiple stacks of ectos and stuff like that. And all these like, you know, kind of crazy rare items he just gave to me. Because I helped him out in Guild Wars 2. The Kilroy shit? Oh yeah, that's how I did Survivor as well. I just like loaded up on the scrolls and just did Kilroy. It was pretty fast. Although I think I had it before. I think I had Legendary Survivor before I went for GWAM though. Because of course, you can just, if you're doing like vanquishing with full cons, you're not gonna die realistically. Like that's just not really gonna happen unless you really fuck up. If you're playing in there with God comp, right, you've got like your ritualist backline in there, minion mancer, right, like all that kind of good stuff, like triple mesmer, even quadruple mesmer. Like realistically, you're never gonna die. This is not gonna happen, right? So it's fine. And then you can kind of pick your poison for what player character you want to play. You can like go full AFK and just do some like caster shit, or you can play like any of the dagger spam builds and just like spam, save yourselves, right? Bad pull the Wind Riders will fuck your anus. The Wind Rider. I always thought that I think the enemies that I was always the most worried about was like any elementalist, you know. Like, when there's an elementalist with, like, an elementalist boss with churning earth, it's like, yo, okay, we've got ourselves into a serious situation here, right? Like, you got to be a little bit careful, though. You got to watch out for that. Yeah. 120 is a bit sweaty. I'm kind of going off my It does depend on the class, obviously, Lexa. But I did my Warlock in... I think I did my Warlock in just under 100 hours hardcore. However, that was with a 40% XP boost from quests, right? Because it was in Season of Discovery. So I accounted for a little bit of extra time, though. Because quests are about half of the XP you get, 1 to 60 in vanilla. So a 40% XP bonus gives you about 20% overall leveling speed increase. So I figured I did it in 100 hours. So let's say add 20 onto that for 20% approximately. Let's say 120, 150, right? You know. Oh, sorry, not Season of Discovery, Season of Mastery. Did I say Season of Discovery? No, I misspoke. Soul of Iron. Soul of Iron in Season of Mastery. So that was just like regular vanilla, right? There weren't any runes or anything like that. And that was when I leveled my yeah, that was when I did my vanilla Warlock. But obviously Warlock, in my opinion, I think Warlock is the best class for HC. Not the fastest, but definitely the safest in my opinion. Very easy to do. And I think relatively fast. Probably like middle of the pack. So, yeah. I'm honestly, move on to better quest zones quicker too. Yeah, maybe. I mean, look, I'd probably a lot like 150 hours. 150 hours. But I would obviously play very safe. I wouldn't want to die. Because, you know, I don't want to troll the guild, or obviously troll the faction. Because if you die, like your faction gets punished, and we can't allow that to happen. My faction will win if I get in. I don't know if I'm getting into OnlyFans yet. It'd be really hype though, actually. It'd be really cool. I love events like that. They're really exciting. I think really fun. Yeah. The only thing is the following. Okay? Like, if I get in, I think you take, like, a quiz on what you should play. It's almost certainly going to select me to play Warrior, which is fine, actually. But I think I'd actually kind of like to play something else. But look, I will do what the quiz dictates, guys. Yeah. I mean, Warrior is, like, the most OP shit. Is race not class? Oh, that's, well, okay, interesting then. I wonder what I should play. Well, I think I'll put you on Warrior, because Warrior is like tank, right? Warrior is like the tank class. Like a tank on bear. It's time. It's time. Yo, Slim, what's going on? I want to ask Challenge Mode's raids made me hate this game. There are a few people... Wait. Few people own those places. There is no way to learn those for a new player. If we stop caring, we're going to lose anything. If you want to get into challenge mode content, Muradadas, you want to join guilds, right? Join communities. Like, pugging raids in this game as a new player is not the way. You want to join a Discord, you want to join a guild. There are loads of communities, actually, where you can get into this content, including challenge mode content, but it's not going to be through the LFG. It's not going to be by pugging. You need to kind of, like, make friends with people. Yeah, my beard was way too long. I kind of lost track of it, to be honest, Lint. Had to shave it down a little bit. But I actually don't really mind what I play. To be honest, I would play whatever the guild needs me to play. I'd probably just look at, like, what we're lacking right now. Are we lacking healers? Are we lacking DPS, like melee DPS, range DPS? I think I'd play anything except Rogue. Rogue is not really my thing. I don't. It's the only, like, archetype in RPGs I don't like, is, like, stealth characters. Undead? Dude, Undead is based. Are you kidding me, bro? Of course I want to... look, every Horde race in vanilla is Omega good. Tauren based, Orc based, Undead based, Troll. Troll is the best. Let's be honest here, guys. Like, if you're gonna play a race or Horde, it's gonna be Troll. You know what I'm saying? Undead is all the sweats in OnlyFans. I mean, that's not a surprise. Undead is incredibly based. They hate RP? Wait, do they? Dude, look, RP is good. Are you kidding me? You have to RP. I don't go free RP, though. Yes. Daily reminder, awesomeness is too scared to even attempt HC. Let's just make sure we're all aware of that. That's how it is. Very nice. Incredible. Warrior's kind of rough. You want to level max level fast and hardcore? Look, listen, guys. Have a little faith. I actually have played Vanilla WoW quite a bit. I'm fairly confident that we can get it done. Actually crazy how most PvP and PvE WoW sweats are all in Undead on OnlyFans. Dude, that's content, actually. That's high, too. When would you enact Judgment Day? Dude, I mean, look, you already know the answer to that question, Jester. There's only one place where you can enact Judgment Day. You know, actually, a really good Judgment Day would be Baron Geddon. You get the bomb and just don't move out. Just, like, stay in the group, right? Just have living bomb and just AFK, like, inside the group. That would be Judgment Day right there. Big Judgment Day. Lost another character to a Devil Soul spawn. Wait, it spawned on you? Bro, that's actually fucked. Yeah, honestly, I would not go in the Ungoro crater. That's very dangerous, because people are going to be farming those things for the Devil Soul gear. You need to be really careful there, because people are going to be farming that insane... I mean, it's just going to be ganked, right? People are going to be going crazy there for that stuff. Yeah, I mean, literally everyone wants the Devil Saw gear. Incredible. A bungle in the jungle. Yeah, exactly. A bungle in the jungle. Couldn't put it better myself. It's time. Log in. I'm trying to bug P1, P2, P3 on AC. So you start it, you kill the elite, you go choose P3, and then speak with the torch, you go back to mobs. I have no idea how you bug it, but maybe some of the dungeon people know how to do it. I lack the critical information. Moon God and Silver Moon Inn. It's interesting that Jester actually does know the spot. That says a lot. What's your thoughts on Destroy Doom December? Do you think Fungus is up to the task? I would be... I mean, I would be down to come up with a spin on it for 2025. So I would be down to try to have multiple squads running at the same time so that Doom CM dies 25 times on the 25th. I would not really be interested in doing it 25 times in one day. That is, in my opinion, a waste of time. But I would definitely be interested in trying to come up with some kind of spin on it that could be kind of exciting, I think. And make it into a little bit of a fun event. A week? It's been almost a month? Wait, Plen Island? Most Doom CM kills in an hour would be cool. Yeah, that could be pretty interesting, right? I think that could be interesting. Because I like the idea of doing stuff as an event, like a group event, a community thing, rather than as an individual challenge. I think making it an individual challenge makes it kind of boring, to be honest. And you don't want it to be boring. Happy holidays, Gorilla Guardian. Or, wait, Gorilla Gardener, I think, actually. But spelt with a few letters missing. Dude, look at that! Oh, this is so good. Did I actually have to give a big shout out to Jester, actually? Jester recommended a monitor mount for me, and it's working really well. Because my new setup is only possible because I haven't got my new desk yet, so my desk space is fairly limited with, you know, where I can put stuff. So a limiting factor on having a second monitor, a big second monitor, so I could actually read the YouTube chat at the same time, was actually desk space. But just to save the day, and now he gave me the good monitor mount so I can attach the screen without it, like, falling off my desk. Pretty good. And that's what I've done. We've done that. I'm actually going to go a lot further. I'm planning on buying, I think, another 2 monitors for my streaming PC so I can have, like, a proper setup for the tournaments. It's going to be good. Oh, yeah, it actually is really nice, Lynn. I'm going to be, I'm definitely going to get mounts for all of my monitors. Right now, my main monitor is still on its basic stand, but it is really nice. The desk space from having it mounted is really good. I'm going to be grabbing a couple of these in the new year when I have my new desk, so I can actually see. Yeah. I don't believe it. If you see this message, confirm. Haha! See? Got you. Built for World vs. World is really fun to play. Also, hard to try catch me. Oh yeah, Hollow is really fast, right? Because you have all that super speed uptime, right? From the leap trait. So you're really speedy. You can be really slippery. Very good for roaming and so on. And you can play Hollow in Zergs too. You can do a lot of damage with that thing. Yes, Pog indeed, see? Look, I told you guys I'd get it done. It took a little while, but I got it done. Because I do actually, look, you know, memes aside, I obviously do care about the experience on YouTube. I want the viewing experience on YouTube to be fun, right, as well. I don't want to just be streaming on Twitch. I've committed to streaming on YouTube as well, and I want to make sure that the experience is a good one on both servers. Yeah. What website can view my WoW characters? You mean Armory? Or what? Like WoW Armory, I think, is what you're looking for? Look up the original inspiration of Snargle Goldclaw. Okay, I'm doing it. Snargle Goldclaw. Guild Wars 2. Is it in trivia on the wiki? Snargle is based off real-life author Chuck Tingle. Well, I mean, there you go. And that's... I don't know who this is, but... Wait, why is this... Look, guys, I'm going to be real. I don't know who this person is. Who this individual is. Whoa. I clicked on the wiki link. He's got like a bag on his head. What's going on here? I mean, there you go. Is a legend? That's interesting, actually. Are they like well known online? Well, how about that? Yeah, mad support. Love to hear it. Free next week. Feels good, man. Oh shit, dude. Just wait. You're nearly you're maxed on the rep. That's crazy, actually. Just in time to start grinding the next rep. Christmas money, stay festive. Ah, enjoy, my friend. I better put my hat back on as well. Lovely. I did every quest. Dude, it's actually crazy how much content they put in the War Within, right? There is so much content in the War Within. It's like bursting with content. They do a good job, though. The Space Raptor invasion? Oh, wait, on... Okay, hang on, wait. On the Guild Wars 2 wiki? Space Raptor invasion? What is this? Check Discord. Okay, I'm looking. Wait, wait, what the fuck is this, bro? Wait, wait, is this real? What the fuck? Wait, what? Oh shit, they were getting fucking farmed. It's deplete. I also have the wrong weapons on. But it is what it is. This guy's dead. He's alive again. I need to get the right weapons on. Strategy from world versus world? Yeah, it's all good. You know, we're here for the content. When I attacked Lord with Renegade first ability, it stacks. The final damage was 77k per hit, but that was near the end. No, that's not how it works. Don't worry, that's a pretty common misunderstanding. Like, that number is the total damage you've done. It's not like, it's not the only hit, right? Like, that is like, the number you see there is the total number. So basically, the way it works is that if you've got, well, it's a bit inconsistent actually, but some abilities that hit multiple times, right? Or kind of like chain damage from the same attacks, like a multi-hit attack, it will keep incrementing the damage number with every individual hit, as opposed to giving you a different number every single time you get a damage event. So now you weren't doing 77k damage with every hit towards the end there. That was just kind of what it looked like, right? That's not how it actually works. Oh, it's the Prime Slow Featurey. Have a good day tomorrow. Oh, you too as well. And of course, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Merry Winter's Day, all that kind of good stuff. Lovely. Bring the Gachi lights. My Renegade auto hits for 100k. I mean, it does. It's 100k DPS. Wow, HC. Look, Jester, if I get into OnlyFans, I have to do 1 to 60 HC on stream live. Okay? That means you're also forced to stream. If you don't stream, you're completely caught and exposed. So you better get on that, bro. Do you see that Darren's depleted a heroic dungeon? Is sword useful for power DPS Reaper? Yeah, you can play swords on Reaper. I think a sword actually is meta, I believe, even. Or at least in some way on a build. Maybe the offhand, not sure. wait, what is these book names? Dude, these book names are fucking crazy. Dude, YouTube's enjoying them as well. Love to see that. Was before Spear. Oh, Spear is better? Yeah, I mean, I guess so then. Like, so you play Spear Greatsword or whatever on Reaper these days? That sounds like it would make sense. Spear is pretty good. Get Snowball Mayhem into Mold Wars. I mean, Mold Wars is pretty good content. I think Spear is better on Power Harbinger. Well, also, we are getting a bit confused here. Like, what game mode are we talking about here? Like, we're talking about PvE or World versus World? What are we talking about? Because obviously, yeah, like, for example, in PvP, the Harbinger build right now, I believe, is Spear, Sword, Sword. It's actually a very interesting build. It plays curses with blood magic. Very interesting setup, actually. It's a cool build. I actually quite like it. I'll be playing it because, guys, I've said this for a while now, but the PvP arc is coming. And after the PvP arc, Project Fungo. Well, I mean, Project Fungo is in some ways the PvP arc. Fungo. No, Project Fungo will be reality. This guy's dead. Can we actually kill him? I'm hitting him with my Minstrel Axe auto attacks. It's kind of crazy to me how we're not dead. I'm also permanently immobilized, though. Doesn't feel good. I don't know how we're not dead. We have sustain, but we don't really have any damage. Kind of miss what's going on. What are your plans for 2025 regarding Guild Wars 2 again? Basically, Lynn, I will make a video on it. I actually have a very specific plan for the video. Like, I'll probably do a video at the end of January talking about this because I want to have... I don't want to say, this is what I'm going to do. I want to say, this is what I'm doing, right? I don't want to be... I want to have basically done what I want to be doing for an entire month before I say that I'm going to do it, if that makes any sense. Because I want to make sure that it's like very set in stone. But why didn't weapon on? If you're playing engineer, you can't weapon swap. Same as Ellie, you can only do it out of combat. But what are the plans? What are the basic plans? Basically, this is the last year of being an active. I guess the way to describe it will be: this is my last year being an active member of the Guild Wars 2 community. So last year of streaming this game, basically every stream, right? It's going to be the last year of running events and tournaments with any kind of regularity. Last year of basically being involved in the community, right? Outside of obvious, news, like expansions. I'll still play on expansions and updates and stuff like that, but yeah, it's going to be last year being like actively involved. After that, I'm just going to step away from the game permanently. Outside of, outside of the obvious, like playing, for like a week or two when an expansion drops or something. That is the plan. Incredible. 2025? 2025. I will actually be attempting to make it some seriously good content, though. Hopefully it will be... my goal is to make it the best year of my stream ever in terms of the amount of content delivered and the quality of the content. I'm going to be going completely all in to run some of the best tournaments imaginable, pretty much. Yeah, Community Month will be back, including Project NA. It'll be back. I will have a list of all the things that we're doing. The last raid tournament in Guild Wars 2. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's big. And I wouldn't rule it out, you know, like maybe like I'll do something like once a year maybe if I've got the time, but I wouldn't commit to that, right? It'll be like maybe I'll do something once every other year. Or if like I think the expansion is good, like I'll do a tournament, do a little event or something like that. But nothing with any kind of regularity. Gonna be out of a job? Don't worry, I'll find something. We've got plenty of stuff to do. I'm sure we can cook some stuff up in other games as well. Yes. But that's the dream. I also found a really good Chrome extension. This is cool. The power of Google saved the day. It's called Layout Manager. So now I can just like click one button and it opens my Chrome windows just how I like it for like viewing the chat and stuff. It's pretty good. Yeah. Honey? Ah, yes. Online data harvesting scam Honey. Proudly sponsoring your favorite streamer. Are people only now realizing Honey is a scam? I guess people are a little bit behind the times on that. That's pretty obvious, right? Like, no? It's like, obviously a scam, no? Yeah. This means that Plenix and Jester are now free to join the boys for LCM Ura. No, I'll be playing Ura on LCM, but it will be the last raid that I play in Guild Wars 2. Big. Oh no, I'm mobbed. Get me out of here. Whenever an ad banner or integration I see is 99.9% a scam. Dude, I'm completely brain rotted on all... I know this is very funny considering I am an influencer, but look guys, I would never trust anything that influencers say in sponsor segments, like ever. Like, in a million years. But the thing is, I think this for a very specific reason. Like, the thing is, I've read the type of contracts that sponsors give you, right? And let me tell you for an absolute fact, given the type of contracts that every influencer has very likely signed, everything they say, if they've got hashtag sponsored, nothing they say carries any weight whatsoever. You should ignore everything they say. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. Yeah. You'll be back? No, I don't think so. I don't really want to, Atomic Treated. Yeah. How come you want to permanently leave the game? It's not for me anymore. That's how it is. It's just not for me. The issue is, Atomic Tree, dude, it's not actually about the game. It's about the environment the game is in. Like, there was a thread about this on Reddit, and a couple of people were asking about me, and I made some replies. You can go and read that if you wanted to. But the really big thing for me, it's not even about the quality of the game. It's ultimately about the community, right? There's too much apathy here. There's not enough hype. There's not enough energy, not enough discussion, not enough content creators. I actually don't really care if the content is good or bad. That's not why I'm not enjoying the game, really, at this point. Like, Guild Wars 2 has never had... you know, as much content as other games, or even the same quality of content as other games, right? That's not really my problem with the game. My problem with the game is the environment, it's the community. It's just not exciting to be a part of it anymore. Any other games? Oh, World of Warcraft right now. Yeah. But yeah, no, this is just not the right environment for me that I'm looking for in gaming. Dude, this is not looking good. Yeah. Your contract with ArenaNet ends this year? No. What do you mean? 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 I mean, that'll go on indefinitely. It's ArenaNet partner.avi right there, bro. Love to see it. That's the situation. But I don't want to talk about that. That was just a quick recap for Lynn, who's out of the loop. Now Lynn's in the loop, we can move on into defending this tower. But yeah, no, I want to do a lot of variety, actually. For example, I'm going to be playing New World in January when they release the PvP servers at the end of January. I'll probably try and get some Ashes of Creation Alpha in there. I'll give you guys my incredible opinion on that as well. It's going to be good. I'm going to be playing WoW. I'll play Guild Wars 2 in this update. It's going to be a lot of variety, guys. A lot of content coming. A lot of stuff going on there. BDO. No, I don't really want to play BDO, to be honest. BDO is just not a game that I could ever see myself playing long-term because of the pay-to-win elements. Simple as that. Dude, I should do some Eve with awesomeness, actually. That would be fucking high tier. Dude, wormhole ganking with awesomeness? Hang on. Hang on. That's fucking content, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, yes. Happy holidays indeed to you, Ridder6. Yeah. Yeah. Just ran from everyone. Well, I mean, that's fun too. It's adrenaline, right? For sure. It's actually one of the reasons why... Look, don't let anyone ever tell you this, guys. One thing that I actually find quite fun was mining in EVE. Because when you do mining in EVE Online, it basically turns into a survival horror game. Because you're basically defenseless. And at any moment, someone could try and fuck you, right? And just, like, appear out of nowhere. So you're kind of like... You're kind of, like, hiding out, like, in your shitty, worthless ship that can't defend itself, really. And... and you're just constantly watching local for, like, if someone's going to appear and try to, like, obliterate you. And you can... you just gotta hold on, like, get the rock, right? Mine the rock, and then just fuck off. It's kind of fun. Do you see Josh Reve's MMO rankings? Yeah, incredibly unsurprising, actually. It's very unsurprising. I'm actually really surprised that WoW was joint first with Final Fantasy. That was the only surprise for me. Because the WoW community is much less circle jerky than other MMO communities. In general... People are very culty and circle jerky about, say, Guild Wars 2 and Final Fantasy. Much less so in WoW. Like, people are way harder and, like, way more negatively framed towards World of Warcraft than other games. Yeah. That's how it is. But not a surprise. Other than that, not really that surprising. And Guild Wars 2 is a really good game. Like, you know, I think... Dude, I think, you know, like, fucking New World being 11th was crazy, right? Based game. Incredible. But Guild Wars 2 is a very good game. I think it's not a surprise that it would be very... it's not a surprise to me that Guild Wars 2 would be rated highly, because it's very well designed. Like, the core features of Guild Wars 2 are very, very good. Its weaknesses... Guild Wars 2's weaknesses are not apparent until you've played the game a lot. Like, that's the thing about Guild Wars. So, for most people, people are never going to encounter Guild Wars 2's weaknesses. And also, another thing with Guild Wars is that it's a little bit like New World in this regard. Like, most people never played Guild Wars 2 at its peak, right? And that changes things inherently. Like, for example, I played Guild Wars 2 at its prime, and that means that every single time I engage in, like, a discussion about the game, my reference point is Heart of Thorns, right? And like how the game was then. Like my reference point is HOT and POF. Whereas if you don't have that reference frame, then your experience in the game is very different. So that's kind of another thing to kind of keep in mind there. So it's just a fundamentally different experience if you're a new player. It's just crazy to me that most people who play Guild Wars 2 today don't know what HOT launch was like. Like, man, people missed out. That's just crazy to me. It really is. It's insane. It was glorious. It absolutely was. Chrono Trigger? No, I haven't played Chrono Trigger. Right, how God tier the expansion was? Oh, yeah. Classic progressive servers is the new meta. I think that seasonal servers are kind of the new meta in MMOs. I think Preach talked about this a little bit. He was talking specifically about how Blizzard kind of have now basically dominated the entire MMO market by running stuff like Plunderstorm, MOP Remix, Retail WoW, Classic WoW, WoW Hardcore, Season of Discovery, right? Like all this kind of stuff. And I think this is definitely the new meta, right? Like this is the meta for MMOs right now. And even New World's doing it now with like their seasonal realms. I think that MMOs are evolving and they're taking a bit of a leaf out of the ARPG book. Funnily enough, actually, I don't think Blizzard would ever get credit for this, but they were actually very ahead of the curve on this. Like, WoW, World of Warcraft has been seasonal for a very long time. Guild Wars 2 is now seasonal a game. It's a seasonal game now, right? Ultimately, with how the expansion model works. But I think it's worth noting, guys, WoW was actually one of the first MMOs to adopt this. I think RuneScape might have been the very first game that came up with this stuff. Stuff like Deadman mode, for example. I think that's really old. But actually, then again, WoW started doing this with Legion. And Legion is also really, really fucking old as well. At this stage, which is kind of weird to think about. So I'd have to do some research into like which MMO actually did this first. But I believe it was actually RuneScape or World of Warcraft. With leagues, that's not a surprise to me whatsoever. It's a model that works really well. I hate how seasonal everything is becoming. I think there is an urge for basically what Classic does, right? Like, you know, I think there is an urge for Classic WoW and old school RuneScape. And I think that's where Classic Plus can really come into the mix. But I do think that the idea of something like Classic Plus does have a bit of a problem baked into it. And that's what happens in 10 years, right? With the amount of content that they end up adding. Because it's actually a very interesting situation. Like, I feel like Blizzard would have to artificially reduce the amount of content they add to a game like Classic Plus. Because if they don't, they'll just be too much. Would run into the same problem as retail over time. Of course, yeah, it absolutely would. It would slowly turn into retail WoW. Very difficult. Well, 110%. It would, but I do want to talk about why that would be the case, right? The reason that would be the case is because they would add a lot of stuff to the game. Like, if you add like an extra raid, like twice a year to a raiding game, that's gonna get weird very, very quickly, right? And there's actually a big reason here. It's because the game is very multiplayer. The reason why stuff like RuneScape can get away with doing what it does is because the game is fundamentally a solo experience. This is a really important point, by the way, guys. And by the way, this is also Also the same thing as Guild Wars. Guild Wars, most of Guild Wars 2's content is fundamentally solo, single player. And it really kind of blew my mind on this, is that WoW is weirdly the exception to this in retail. Retail WoW releases a shit ton, a metric fuck ton of group content. And you can't really have horizontal group content being added to the game, because that just like divides the players too much. It's actually a very difficult problem to solve. Like, and this is ultimately the end game in Vanilla WoW. In Vanilla WoW, the content is very group oriented. It's like raids, PvP, for example, battlegrounds and so on and stuff like that, world PvP. It's group oriented. And this is problematic if you want to add more, right? If you want to add more to that, it's very problematic. Dougie Freshwater, thanks for the Prime. Since Mr. Hells is considering return to Guild Wars 2 on a scale of 1 to 10, how screwed am I? Oh, you're totally screwed. Completely screwed. He'll be addicted. You know, also Mesmer is good right now, so he's in big trouble. Well, you're in big trouble. He's not in trouble, but, you know, you're in some big trouble. But that'll be fun, honestly. That will make it exciting. I'll have to get some duo queue going. Duo queue with Helseth sounds like content. We can cast the monthlies. It's going to be good shit. Love to see that. No love for EverQuest and Ultima Online? I don't think so. I think that a lot of people really like those classic games, and I think there's like servers for them running still. Hooked on Spear Mesmer with 3 years. I mean, the Mesmer Spear is good. That is one of the best spears, so that's not a surprise. Make a team with Helseth? I actually should do that. We should actually make a team with Helseth. That would be fucking content, to be honest. That would actually be pretty fun, I think. Yeah, vote no to all PvP updates. Oh, you know, the voting system in RuneScape is so interesting to me. Oh, I love it, but I also, at the same time, don't like it. Because I am a big believer in creative vision for the developer. And the idea that the creative vision of the developer could be inhibited by the players is slightly bothersome to me, right? But at the same time, it is really cool that there's that level of transparency and interactivity with the game and the developers. So it's like, oh man, I think there's some really big pros and some really big cons as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's interesting, really interesting system. Very cool. I'll say that. Even though I would probably lean towards I don't like that being in the game, I still think it's really cool, and I certainly wouldn't advocate for it to be removed. I think it's a fascinating experiment in game development. I certainly wouldn't want it gone. He says down to join teams, Jerkies, not one tells. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, okay, that's fun. Yeah, maybe, dude, road to the monthly AT with Helseth. That certainly would be a lot of fun. We might have to cook something up there. I still need to do a multi-versus tournament with him as well. Have to try and get that done sometime in 2025. That's another thing for the project book. I actually really want to do that because, look, I'll say this, Helseth is actually one of the people in the kind of the creator space, the online space, so I respect the most. And like I definitely really relish the opportunity to kind of do anything with Helseth, like any kind of work with Helseth, like tournaments or like streams or content or anything. So I didn't manage to get it done this year. This year has been a bit of a hell year for me, to be honest. It is what it is. That's just how it goes sometimes. So I couldn't really get anything done, but I really do want to do it at some point because doing some of the Helseth is fun, and it always ends up being really good as well. So yeah, we'll have to see if we can cook something up though. So people are interested if more of their vision of the game that you might see in other games. That's an interesting point, honestly, Graham. That's interesting, actually. I do really like how that is the vibe I get from old school RuneScape. That the individual devs, I think that's the advantage of actually having not a smaller game, but a game that's less reliant on content updates, right? Like, this is my understanding, Grim, so tell me if I'm wrong and tell me if I'm correct. What it seems like with old school RuneScape is that the devs kind of one dev might be responsible for a project on their own. So they might do a lot of the implementation for that project, as opposed to a team of people working on it. It might be a dev that has this particular thing that they want to do, and then they kind of add it to the game and work on it. That's really nice. I think that's really cool. That's the case. And that's definitely the advantage of having a game that's kind of smaller in scope to an extent, because of course it has a lower graphical fidelity, right? And therefore, I imagine they can implement things into the game pretty well. Very cool. Yeah, but no, I do like that. Look, I think that old school RuneScape has the best community management out of any MMO. And by the way, their community management is a massive reason why their game does so well. Same with Path of Exile, by the way. Like, their community management is on fucking point. Same with Warframe, I believe. I think they have a great community management team in Warframe. It's a big part of their success, especially with old school RuneScape. Very, very good. Very cool to see that. There's a reason why that game does so well in online spaces, Twitch, YouTube, and so on, and social media. It is because Jagex, they foster that. They foster that type of community and that type of environment. And it's worked out for them, right? Like, RuneScape is popping off. It really, really is. Look, I know this is like the biggest cope ever, but I really wish that for Guild Wars 3, ArenaNet take a leaf out of Jagex's book, out of GGG's book, because it is so important. Yeah, Mod Light is Girl Wars, yeah. AKA Georgia, right? From Guild Wars 2. That's correct, yeah. Yeah. They're very in touch with the community, and they play the game. Like, okay. This is a weird thing to say, but... Okay, I will actually use WoW as an example here, and you guys can fill in the blanks for Guild Wars 2 here. There are some changes that Blizzard makes, and they obviously don't play the game. Okay? Here's a good example. They released a new ring. It gets progressively stronger every week. And you can kind of socket gems into it to give it, like, special effects. Actually, a really cool item. It's really cool. Right? But, guess what? They time-gated the gems. You could only get 4 of them a week. And they said, we wanted you to be excited for every reset. It's like, bro, do you play MMOs? What are you talking about? Like, you don't play the game, bro. You obviously don't play the game. And I really get this a lot in the modern game industry. And this is what I think is fantastic, actually. It's really fantastic about the way RuneScape is, and I think PoE as well. The devs play the game, right? They actually play the game. That's good. Very good. I think it is. I'm very convinced now. And look, I'm going to be real. I think this is kind of I don't think you have to play the game as a game dev, but I think it certainly helps. And I think that there should be people at the studio who play the game, which is why, in my opinion, it's really good. It's really good that Trig, for example, Trig is kind of a big part of the balance team right now because he actually plays. It's why it's good to have people like Roy and Awesomeness at the company because they actually play the game, right? That's really good. And I think that in a lot of, especially really big studios like Blizzard, I don't think the devs play the game. Or they don't have enough people who play the game. And some things make it into the game without there being the appropriate checks and balances, right? Of like, oh yeah, does this pass the sniff test, right? Why the ring shows why the WoW guys don't play the game? Because everyone who knows anything about how MMO players play the game know that people want to, like, be able to unlock stuff as quickly as possible. And their whole, like, approach, that was weird. They were like, oh yeah, we saw that, because to be clear, they actually responded to this and fixed it very quickly, like within the first week. They were like, oh yeah, we wanted it to be exciting when, like, a new set of enemies appeared to the island. So here's the way it worked. Basically, there's this new island in WoW, and it's got enemies on it that rotate round every 4 days or some shit. That's like different quests. It's like you get different quests every 4 days, different enemies, all this kind of stuff that you can go and do. And they're like, oh, look, when you wait for this enemy, when the Naga are on the island, you can get this gem. Wow, cool, right? Like, oh, when this enemy is here, you can get this gem. Whoa, exciting, 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 right? And I can understand how from a dev perspective that would make sense, but it makes absolutely no fucking sense from a player perspective. It's like dog shit. Yeah. Not good. Did the Prot Warrior and the 11.1 notes? The Prot Warrior changes... Okay, the Prot Warrior changes are an issue, but for a different reason than I think people realize. Prot Warrior is over spammy. I actually think that their reasoning there is 100% correct. Like, the Prot Warrior gameplay route right now is dumb. You literally dump all of your rage until you get RSI into Ignore Pain. It's the highest APM tank right now by far, even higher than Prot Paladin. And I think it's dumb. Like, when I was playing it early in the season, my wrist was hurting. Like, it gave me wrist pain because of how much spamming you have to do on Ignore Pain. Their change makes sense. The reason why that change sucks is because every tank except Prot Paladin is garbage, right? Or significantly weaker, right? Every single one. They aren't addressing the power back. There will be more changes, by the way. There will be more changes between now, you know, PTR and the release, obviously. But the reason why that change is bad is because Prot Warrior isn't overpowered. And it turns out it's like a slight nerf, basically, or that's what people think it is right now, going into the next patch. So that's the issue. The issue is that if you're not playing Prot Paladin in high keys, you're kind of trolling right now. It's so far superior to every other tank in terms of its damage output and, to be frank, survivability as well, especially versus magical attacks and like magic tank busters and so on. Like, that's the issue. Like, nerfing a tank when one is massively overperforming to a crazy degree is not a good look, especially when there are weaker tanks. Even, you know, Prot Warrior is like the second best tank maybe, or like Druid or whatever, right? Yes. Would make players look forward to when they get that power. Exactly, but their reasoning there is faulty, isn't it? Because it's also very annoying when you just, you know, there's no way to, like, get the gem, right? Like, it's not fun. Blizzard is notoriously bad for this. Yeah, because the thing is, I do think they're trying to give people what they want. But they are dealing with a very very difficult situation. So it's a hard problem to solve, I think. Yeah. Yes, Planes in the chat. Merry Christmas, dude. Yeah. Very out of touch with the community in game, just full milk mode. Yeah, and I think this happens with larger studios and larger games. And I think this does happen. I don't think it's actually inherently a bad thing. Like, should it be part of your job description as a game dev to play the game? It's a good question, but I wouldn't necessarily say so, right? As long as there's someone along the chain of design who does, right? Look, I would say, like, a big thing here, right? It's not a surprise to me that basically every WoW raid is insanely good, because the game director, Ian, he's a Mythic Raider, right? So no shit, the raids are going to be good. He plays the game. He likes that area of the game, so it's obviously going to be good. You know, because he's going to make it good, right? So, like, that's obviously a good thing. But I think you do need that for all areas of the game as well, right? To know the game, but that requires playing it, I would say. I think that having, like, an understanding... I think a really key fact is you need to understand how people play your game, right? And this is a criticism that I would definitely level at Guild Wars 2. For example, I would say one of the biggest failures in ArenaNet understanding how their player base plays the game is trying to remove kill proof. So they put LI as a currency, and they put unstable essences as a currency. Because they were like, we don't like people doing this, and we're going to stop them from doing it. This is a fundamental refusal to accept how people play the game. And guess what? Everything that ArenaNet did to try and deal with kill proof made the problem significantly worse. Because now people use the API. Now people use private discords. Now people individually vet people manually rather than dealing with the LFG. You cannot do this as a dev. You cannot not accept how people play your game. You must accept how people play your game. Which class would you recommend for someone just starting out just in PvE in World versus World? I'd mess around with like Necro, Revenant, Guardian, or Mesmer. Boom. Go. Also, Nike in the chat. Direct communication. I agree. I think that it's very problematic in Guild Wars 2 that... It's very problematic in Guild Wars 2 that Grouch would be in my Twitch chat communicating something, and then that gets posted to Reddit, and that's the method of communication. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that's awesome. I really like that Grouch is actually very in tune. You know, he watches Twitch, right? He reads the subreddit, right? Like, he talks on the subreddit and so on. I think that's great. Like, you know, I love the fact that he does engage with the community, but it's not his job. Right? Like, that is not in his job. That should be like a little extra communication on the side, right? Not the main event. Like, there should be someone whose job it is to do that sort of thing. Like, the weird thing is, we actually had this, right? Oh, dude, I've got dementia. What was the... Double Tap, yeah, like ArenaNet Double Tap. We actually had that. Like, Double Tap was watching all of the streams, was active on the subreddit, was active on social media and so on. But we don't actually know what happened there. But, you know, yeah, Double Tap is no longer at the company for whatever reason. It just is where it is, right? But yeah, that was really good. That's the kind of thing that I think ArenaNet need, and I really hope they take that forward into their future projects, whatever they might be, is having that community management. Like, you want to have someone like Double Tap, or again, you know, the classic example is looking at PoE, looking at RuneScape and the community management team that they have there. It's really good. Yeah. Incredible. You love to see it. Dude, I don't think we can really fight anything. We're outnumbered, dude. This is GG. Why is there underwater music playing? What's up with that? What's going on, guys? Also, shout out to YouTube. Merry Christmas, Nitro. Love to see it. Alright, we're going to get into this tower. Log in. We're here. Got a scrap here by the looks of this. Dagoth, the Breaker. Hello, Basti on YouTube. This is good. You guys need to talk a lot more on YouTube so I can test keeping up with both chats at the same time. Boom, look at that pull. Huge pull. Oh no, fuck, I've been pulled. I'm dead. I'm mega dead here. I'm hyper dead. It's over. Well, I deserve that. New Year's resolution for YouTube. Abandon YouTube, join us on Twitch. No. We need YouTube. We need YouTube to exist. YouTube have got their own setup over there. They're having a good time with it. So basically, Awesomeness can't find his characters that he played in WoW. In other words, he made it up and he never played HC. In the same way that Jester died to level 25 Centaur in 1k needles. 1 billion needles. It was Grey Centaur, Jester. You died to a Grey Centaur. And you know that. Daily reminder, Plenix sauna stream returns in 2025. Feels good, man. Yeah, this is not looking good, is it? This is looking rough. Yes. Somewhat meetup in 25. Dude, meetup will be hype. And you guys are in the UK, right? I mean, it depends. Wait, when are you thinking of coming over? We can maybe get something set up, right? Get the boys over. Yeah, we'll see, obviously, yeah. But yeah, we can maybe get something organized, right? You know, get the crew together. Yeah, we're getting absolutely destroyed. We're getting farmed. Does not feel good. So the English have turkey for Christmas? Yeah, people have, like, turkey or duck or goose for Christmas. That's, like, the usual, I would say, here in the UK. Turkey, definitely the most common. That's for sure. Pork? Yeah, pork is... Yeah, I'd say that pork is... also very common, but not for Christmas, right? That would be like a Sunday roast, right? That's like the thing in the UK. Is like a Sunday have like a roast meat. I think they're going to attack the keep next. I guess they'll go for the tower first, and then we can. We might be able to defend the keep, but even that is honestly not really looking good. Like, no, dude, everyone on this server is out for Christmas. That's crazy. It's not looking good. Are they coming here next, or are they going for the tower? Looks like maybe the tower. Floating. That's a good frog, though. Where's the content? Right, we're on EB. I mean, there's kind of content here. Like, we're not that much content, but the enemy is definitely content, that's for sure. There's no one on this server. Yeah, we're on a slightly quiet link, but I actually do want to really ramp up Fungus, right? We're going to get on it. Hello, Mighty Teapot. I love the critical skill video. Wait, which one? Oh, wait, you mean critical skill for... I think I've done a couple of these, like progressing your account or improving. Which one? Yeah, I actually have a lot of plans for Fungus. I kind of want to... I kind of want to live vicariously through Fungus. I want to get back to having like 50-player raids, you know? I want to go back, guys. I want to go back to Heart of Thorns. I want to go back to Heart of Thorns. We had so many people hyped to play World vs. World. We generated our own map queue. That is what I want. I want like 80 people trying to get into the map. We have to go back. I think they're coming through Watergate. Yeah, they're coming through Watergate. I saw the swords there. They're down here. Yo! Yeah, this is going to be rough. This is going to be a tough defense. How can you have pudding if you don't eat your meat? Now that is a classic. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. Maybe my favorite, actually. The most critical skill to improve at Guild Wars 2? Ah, yeah, that is a good one, yeah. I know the one. Fortified gate. Yeah, we have like 3 people defending. This is time to run away, I think. Time to run. Fungus is 5. I mean, Fungus is pretty active. Like, Fungus usually has like 25 people for a lot of the World vs. World raids. But I want to start leading a lot, get a regular lead in on my end for sure. Like maybe like once or twice a week. Try and get that going alongside Plenix's leads too, because Plenix deserves support. He's been really carrying that operation while I've kind of been a little bit MIA. Why aren't you in OnlyFans? I've applied. I'd actually really like to join. That sounds like a lot of fun. I love community events. It'll be cool to kind of meet some new friends, right? Because I'm definitely in the market. I'm in the market for friends currently, or streamer friends, really, like streaming communities. Because obviously, like the streamer scene in Guild Wars 2 has basically died an agonizing death over the last couple of years. So yeah, sounds really cool. I have applied. Maybe they'll let me in. We'll see. Should I join a guild for that? And if so, what's the best way to find one? I definitely recommend joining a guild, yeah. I would just say ask in map chat in the Lion's Arch Aerodrome is the best way to get in there. Orovia can likely get you into OnlyFans. Well, apparently she posted my name in a like a recommended channel or something like that. That's what I think she said that on stream when Jester was there or something like that. So I might be getting in some oligarchy in action, I suppose. But yeah, we'll see. I have applied. I have applied. What is OnlyFans? It's a streamer project organized by, well, a lot of the classic WoW content creators, but I'd say Soda Poppin is the kind of the leader of it. And it's basically, imagine hardcore WoW, but played by noobs, right? That's basically it. There's also a lot of sweaty people there as well. It's gonna be content. With role-playing. Yeah, and listen, you know, challenges, right? Challenges, memes, streamer interactions, like special add-on that gives you, like, proximity voice chat, all that kind of stuff. They will do MC with 10 sweats, 30 noobs. That's actually pretty interesting. That gives you enough potential that you could actually wipe. Like, they have to play it very careful, though, because I think you don't actually want to wipe. You want to be a little bit close to wiping, but you don't want to actually wipe. Because if everyone's characters die, that's fucking annoying, right? Because then you have to go back to level 1 and, like, regrind Priebus again. Don't play Warrior since everyone is playing it. You have to think what I'm going to play, actually. I don't really mind that much. I'll probably look and see. I think I'll just ask if there's anything that's lacking. I'm actually down to play anything. And yeah, I'll just see, like, what people... If they need, like, a certain character. I bet they need healers. I feel like people are probably not playing a lot of healers. That would be my guess. That would be my guess, anyway. That they maybe lack healers. So maybe I play Shaman, right, and heal. Play Resto Shaman. Oh, dude, that's fucking funny, isn't it? Dude, in vanilla, yeah, only Priest has Dispel, right? That's fucking funny. Holy shit. Yeah. Ah! That's content. That is content. Well, I guess everyone has their own Dispel, right? Thinking, like, you know, Druid can do Decurse. Shaman can do... I think Shaman can do a lot, actually, can't you? You can do diseases and poisons on Shaman, which is pretty good. Yeah. Incredible. Oh, yeah, Paladin has Cleanse. It has, like, the mega Dispel, right? The Uber Dispel. You can, like, dispel loads of shit with that. Yeah, Shaman Purge is nice. Although I feel like Shaman is, like, a PvP spec, right? And that's... Well, I feel like Shaman truly shines in PvP. Yeah, Tremor Totem is very important because you don't have Fear Ward on Horde side. So you need to have Tremor Totems available for your tank. So your tank can break out of Fear. Because I'm not going... You can do the stance, right, with Berserker stance, but that's a little bit spicy, to be honest. Depends how experienced the tanks are. Purge world buffs? Ah, yes. Well, the thing is, we are playing Horde, Jester, so we are allowed to have Warchief's Blessing, I believe. So that is legal. However, if I see anyone attempting to get Warchief's Blessing from Alliance, well... And that's another thing entirely. I think I think we know what needs to happen at that point. If that, you know, if that's going to happen, then we'll do what needs to be done. Yeah. Yeah. Is there... Wait, there's no... Is there Dire Maul in the game right now? In vanilla? Because they're doing it the same phases, aren't they? As last time. I can't remember if there's Dire Maul currently. Because that dungeon is going to be very funny. Like, if people try and do that. That's going to be fucked up. So, no Orgrimmar for Dispelling? Okay, so... Look... I will now tell you guys the story of actual griefing that I did in Vanilla WoW. And, let me tell you this, it is fucking glorious. Okay, so I was on the same guild, I was on the same server, and some of you guys might know this guild, on Gehennas. And they were called Hantabart. They were a griefing guild. So they would spam Dispel constantly, they were just trolling, they were like perma-trolling the entire time, right? And their guild leader... was attempting to get Scarab Lord. This is an achievement that you can only get, well, it's a mount, it's a legendary mount that you could only get within 12 hours of the first person who gets it, right? So after the 12 hours have passed, after the first person finishes this quest and is able to get the mount, nobody else can ever get it again. That's it. Done. Right? The quest no longer will give you the mount. And basically, because this guy griefed so hard, right? He was punished. All of the Horde on our server, I was playing Horde, they basically joined together to prevent him from being capable of finishing the quest. And there was essentially like an open world event that you had to do where you had to defend an NPC. Well, hold out against enemies, basically, then defeat a green dragon, pretty much. But here's the thing. It scaled up massively the more people were there. So what we would do is, what we did as the Horde, we stood on the roof where they couldn't easily kill us, and AFK'd and refused to help him with the event in any way, making the event impossible for him to complete. And the Horde organized shifts and AFK'd there for, I believe, over a full 24-hour period and denied him from getting the mount. And I also have a really funny screenshot of me and a couple of my guild members alongside a player who got the mount in our guild, player called Missy, right, got the mount in our guild, and we went up to the guild leader of Hantabart, stood in front of him with our player on the mount, right, like he had the mount, right, it was the only player, you know, it's like a guild thing, like one player per guild is going to get it most of the time, realistically. We stood there in front of him and waved at him, okay, like, was good. That was fucking PvP, boys, okay, that was some PvP, okay, yeah. How did you win versus Alliance? I mean, well, the thing is, Apes was there. Because, dude, our server was by far the best server. I'm sorry, guys, not even close. We were on Gehennas. It had Apes, Hantabart, Salad Bakers. It was easily the best PvP server. Not even close out there. So, yeah, we had, like, insane content. Oh, yeah, Firemore was good as well, yeah. Were you not in Apes Griefless? Oh, yeah, we got griefed by Apes. There's actually... Okay, this is so fucking funny. So, we were trying to clear Nax Ramus, and we went on a world buff run, to go and kill Saffron, basically, to have a go at killing Saffron. And so, there was a snitch. There was a fucking snitch. Someone snitched that we were going for a buff run, and guess what happened? We land in Lights Hope Chapel, and Apes killed us instantly. Like, they were waiting at the chapel, basically, and they just sapped us, and we died instantly, losing all of our world buffs. And yeah, because they knew we were doing it, right? Like, because this is the thing, right? Because the servers have, like, finite people on them, every guild knows every other guild, pretty much. Like, everyone has, like, a vague awareness of who everyone is, right? And, like, you know, because the community is finite, you can't escape, right? Like, you're going to encounter these people no matter what, and they are going to know who you are, and people know where you are in the game as well. And yeah, they snitched on us, and we got obliterated. We instantly got evaporated. And the thing is, we were coming in on the flight path, and we could see it coming, but we couldn't do anything about it, right? Because once you're flying in, you can't, you know, pause the flight or turn around, right? You're going to land. Like, the little bird you fly on is going to drop you. And when it drops you, that's when, you know, the PvP begins. Was good. Feels good. You can log out. Yeah, but you don't have time. You don't have time to log out. Because they were kind of hiding off to the side, and, like, they jumped out right at the last second. And by then it's too late. It's over. Ah, yes. It's a shame, you know, there was a really good clip that Jester got, because Jester asked Mytos, who's the leader of Apes, what he thought of Guild Wars 2. It's a good clip. It's been lost to time now, but it was a good clip. And yeah, Mytos also dying to getting double pulled by the spiders and Nax is also very funny. Yeah. You love to see it. where Guild Wars 2 came. Yeah, it's not a surprise, to be honest. Guild Wars 2 is a really good game. Incredible. Big. Ranking the discourse over a game. Well, I mean, he wanted to do something a bit methodical, right? It's just a different take on it. He didn't want to do like the generic, you know, oh, this is what I think. He wanted to kind of get an aggregated opinion, essentially. And that's why he was kind of looking at like all of the lists and so on. It's an interesting idea. It's like, you know, just like an aggregated score, basically. Dude, this guy just got obliterated by a Willbender. I'm gonna res him. Boom. You have been revived. Live. Swipe for the bikini outfit. I don't have the bikini outfit on any of my characters because I'm not a Kuma. I don't bear the mark. What's the point if it's inherently biased? Well, I mean, I think it's the question in itself is ultimately unanswerable. You can't answer the question like what's the actual best MMO, right? That's not a question that you can actually answer because it's subjective, right? So he wanted to just have like a data-driven approach to it, like what is the tier list? He wanted like the tier list of the people. I think it's a pretty interesting idea, to be honest. I think it would, you know, I mean, and you know, obviously like he'll have his own opinions and so on these things, but it's a different take on like the whole like idea of a ranking or a tier list. I think the way that you could I think there is a take that you could maybe go for by kind of examining the strengths and weaknesses of each game, and then you could determine like what game does certain things better. Right? Like, you know, you could evaluate what a game can deliver for you, what a game can't deliver for you. And that would be kind of like an objective approach that you could take to reviewing some of these games as well. What non-MMOs do you enjoy the most? Real-time strategy games, StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 is still... If I had to pick one game and one game only to play for the rest of time, and I'm only allowed to play that one game, the answer is StarCraft 2, no hesitation, I think. It is, yeah, it's an insanely good game. Yeah, I saw Josh's video. You might be my man crush? Hell yeah. Love to see it. Still got it, guys. Still got it. Merry Christmas indeed. AoE 2, not your vibe. I think StarCraft 2 is better. I actually haven't played. I haven't played AoE that series. I played Command and Conquer and Blizzard RTS, so I can't really give a good comment on it. But I mean, yeah, I think StarCraft 2 is like StarCraft 2 is like the best RTS ever made, in my opinion. From what I've seen from the esports, like just the whole package, yeah, like StarCraft 2 is the best esport, the best RTS. I think. Yeah. Red Alert 3 is good. And Red Alert 3... Red Alert 3, I wasn't actually the biggest fan of it. To be honest. Wasn't the biggest fan. I think the most recent Command and Conquer game that I really liked was actually the Tiberium CNC3. That was really good, I think. And before that, Generals. Generals is actually an insanely underrated game. Like, that game is so fucking good. It's actually crazy how good that game is. If you haven't played Command & Conquer Generals, what are you doing? The only bad part about it is that, like most RTS from that age, the pathfinding is absolutely trash. Why not Guild Wars 2 when we getting new content in SE2? But StarCraft 2 for me is like the gameplay. I prefer it to everything I've played. There's no game that I've enjoyed mechanically as much as StarCraft 2. So in other words, like, you know, what the game is, how you play it, what it is. I haven't found anything better than StarCraft 2. But there's more than one factor into what game you spend your time on, right? Too bad SG balance was ruined by tier 3 pros. I'm actually not the biggest fan of this narrative, to be honest, Shellac, actually. I think the balance issues in the game are actually much more a consequence of, like, where the scene is at. I'd actually blame, like, the lack of esports. The truth is Protoss underpowered? I don't think we even know. Because who's the Serral or Clem of Protoss? Nobody. There's nobody. There's nobody even close to their level in terms of playing Protoss right now. You could say Hero and maybe MaxPax. MaxPax is probably the best Protoss in the world right now, but he doesn't play at live events. We don't know if Protoss is underpowered, in my opinion. We don't know that. The game simply isn't active enough in terms of the competitive scene for us to actually determine if Protoss is underpowered or not. I would say that Protoss has design issues. Like, Warp Gate existing is a really big problem for Protoss, makes it inherently hard to balance. And also the way Protoss wins the game is also a little bit difficult. Protoss is the game. If they get their end game unit comp, they're supposed to auto win, but that's not really the case anymore because they buffed, especially Terran late game, quite a lot with the advent of kind of Ghost Mech and so on. Like, Terran late gamers are incredibly strong. But again, we don't know. In my opinion, we don't know how good Protoss is. I don't think we can really say that, like, the Balance Council ruined the game. Like, look, they literally balanced, they had to balance Zerg around Serral, right? Like, Zerg is now the weakest race in the game because he got nerfed over and over again because of how good Serral was at Zerg. Like, let's be real, that's exactly what happened. The same thing happened with Terran, with Bjorn. Like, they nerfed Terran over and over again, specifically the Reaper, because Bjorn was so good at the game and so dominant with Reapers that they had to balance around this one player. Like, this absolutely happened. So I think it's actually a little unfair, to this, because I just don't think there's anyone, there's no one playing Protoss at the level of Clem or the level of Serral for Zerg. Yeah. It's honestly especially Clem. Clem is kind of inhuman right now. Like, he makes Serral look slow, which is insane, because Serral is insanely fast. But, yeah, I don't know. Did they make Red Alert 3 to esportsy? I'm not sure they tried. Well, maybe. I mean, they probably did try to esports because they always do these days. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I don't actually think that the I don't think that balance is as bad as people make it out. I think balance, people feel this way because ultimately StarCraft 2 is dead, right? Like, StarCraft 2 is fucking dead, bro. At the end of the day. And that just means that, like, people's anxieties are very high about the game. Pros have struggled for over 2 years. Yeah, but that's when Serral was just, like, farming everyone. And, like, what good pros have there been over the last 2 years? Again, like, the only actually good Protoss playing competitively is Hero, right? And Hero's performed very well, right? Like, don't forget that, right? Like, Hero over the past 2 years, he's actually performed extremely well in professionally, right? Like, he hasn't won, but he's been runner-up multiple times, and, like, is very, very reliably, like, places highly, right? Like, in the rankings. Merry Christmas, car battery into ocean. Yes. Dude, it's weird being able to see both chats. I keep thinking, ooh, I must check YouTube chat, and I keep kind of thinking to tab, right, and, like, tab into the other window, but I don't need to anymore. Let's go. Zound stats. Yeah, but they're gone now. They're gone. Yeah, it's all Korean, so they mostly show up in GSL. And typically underperform outside of GSL as well compared to foreigners. Like a lot of foreign competitions, like, you know, basically all of the, you know, IEM, for example, they're usually like foreigners do really well and win those a lot of the time, as opposed to Koreans, or at least in the modern era. That obviously didn't used to be the case, but now, like, for example, like Maru just doesn't do well against, like, Europeans, right? He just doesn't. He doesn't do well against... He gets farmed by fucking Serral and gets destroyed by Clem. It doesn't work, right? Like, you know, he just doesn't win. He does very well in GSL, though, obviously. Like, completely dominates GSL. Yeah. Incredible. Christmas collaboration with Plenix. Wait, is Plenix live? No, I mean, okay, right. I'm calling him. I've done it. I have done it. Plen my gar. Happy holidays, YouTube chat. Merry Christmas indeed. Shout out to Logpile. Very appropriate, very festive. You can be the nice in the hearth, pile of logs, crackling fire. Love to see that. Plenix is not picking up. He hates me. It's over. It's absolutely deplete. And also, wait, tier 3 pros, right? Like, aren't people like Scarlet on the Balance Council? I feel like calling Scarlet a tier 3 pro is not exactly accurate. And I will say that, obviously, yeah, like the, Plenix is here. Yo.
Hello.
I'm sharing the chat. It's done. Chat share enabled.
You're very low on volume here, but I guess
Yo! Yeah, I guess, well, yeah, I guess you can boost me. I'm not sure if I can boost myself.
Oh yeah, gust volume, boom.
How does it
they're
feel?
literally making Discord now.
It's Christmas. Are you feeling did you get any presents? Have you got any presents yet?
Yeah. We've already exchanged all of the presents with the family.
That's high tier. What do you get?
And socks.
Nice. That's good. Keeping your feet
But I
warm.
asked for them, so
That's
yeah, I got what I wanted.
Do they have anything on them? Do they have like you know, some
yeah.
decoration?
Various themes. It was Christmas theme, a little bit of space theme, the kind that I like the most.
Yeah.
So it worked really well for me.
Very nice. Very nice.
I presume you still haven't exchanged gifts? Because most UK switches it on 25th, right?
Yeah, I actually already have the gifts though as well. I have a I have a Lord of the Rings desk mat, which is very sweet actually. Very nice. Very thoughtful
really
gift.
cool.
I like Lord of the Rings. Very cool. Very exciting. Very good stuff. And I got some Lego as well. High tier. Let's fucking go, bro. Lego is good stuff. And you had some Lego as well, I believe. Well, you know, for your birthday.
Yeah, but that was for that was birthday. But it kind of bring me the idea of maybe sharing that gift away as well. And I bought some other presents for my IRL friends as well. Send them by post. They so far 2 out of 3 have responded. They all liked it, so I'm very happy for that. We'll see about the third one.
Nice. I see you're AFK. Ready to go?
Yeah, I was kind of... Well, I was about to gather people to do Tix Infirmarium and like 3 full rounds of Toy Apocalypse.
Oh, shit.
It's the thing that I always do on 24th.
Oh, really? I mean, you're going for the... I guess you're grinding the achievement, right? For the festival?
Yeah. I do this every year, essentially.
Okay.
Like 24th is exactly this. I just do whatever, like Christmas themed, and sort of a Ask Me Anything as well. Have not been that many questions, but yeah.
Okay, chat, give questions now. My chat will ask you questions.
Oh, no.
Well, actually, maybe, I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
I'm not sure they have any good ones, but maybe they do. Chat, it's Plenix AMA. Ask a question now, and it will be answered by Plenga.
Yeah.
Jester asks, when did you discover you were into cock and ball torture?
Well, yeah. Well, the chat is shared, so I also see the message, right? One. Well, the thing is, I genuinely love the idea of progression, and that's the thing that I'm missing. So what you call CBT, I call progression. Maybe it's the progression of pain. Yeah, we can answer that way. But what I kind of want to say is, I genuinely love helping people. So when there is an opportunity to do like, hey, we need help with this HTCM or something like that, I'm up for it. I've even helped another streamer this year with HTCM Prog. Joined him for about like almost 2 months in a row. Only one session every week for 2 hours, but we did bring it home in the end.
Yeah.
Many times actually. We then killed it twice on top of that after even. It's really good.
What about the leeches?
Yeah, the thing for the pain comes from my enjoyment of progression. I really like just slowly building up a team, like even achieving something that seems almost impossible at the start, and just slowly building up that confidence, slowly building up damage over time as well, because people tend to play better the longer you play together. It was so nice to see it happen. I also love pain. There you go.
Okay.
How many hair threads do you have?
Oh, that's a good question.
Many.
I've got a question. Okay.
Oh no.
Because this is this is something that kind of I've been talking a little bit about on my stream, and I'd actually really be interested in what your answer to this question is. Like, what is there anything that you'd really like to do in Guild Wars that you haven't been able to do? Like any kind of challenge or event or anything?
There have been a lot of things, but usually it comes to the time commitment that I have. This is gonna go really well with the CBT question, but I want to do Xeris LCM without using a single Mesmer.
Okay.
I think that could be an interesting project. Just kind of show it that it's possible and it works even when everything else is birth only. There were other ideas that I had as well, slowly building up interesting groups, and the thing that I was not really able to do that much was just the pure sense of progression, like just what you kind of did with people. 0 to hero, like complete open worlders into HDCM people, right? Like in your previous series. I like that. I don't think I would ever be able to do that because of the time commitment.
Yeah.
I think I'm somewhat close though, because there are people who have joined me in the last year, but may have never played really any endgame. And I was like, hey, let's just do End of Dragon Strikes. And they did not heard the part about that it's the CM strikes as well. So they just joined. It's like, hey, I just know the normal mode. It's like, yeah, that's fine. And yeah, like within an hour and a half, they've done their full EOD CMs without HDCM, that is. And yeah, like it kind of opens up the door for a lot of new people, because they see something that was very improbable to them to even be a part of something like that, and just see that it's not that hard and just give it a go more times. So the people kept joining me further and further. Even recently, I had a random guy, first time chatter by the way,
Goff
was like 4 days ago. A random guy just came. He needs to do level 50 fractals so he can unlock tier 3, which is Lonely Tower, right? No one wanted to do that bug.
Yeah.
On T2 max. So I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter, actually. We can do anything that is above that, and then he will unlock one level if we do one fractal above that level anyway. So what we did was we just did a quick T3. What was it, actually? I think it was either Snowblind or Volcanic, one of those two, and we were done so fast, and yeah, like it was so cool. And that person later then joined me for strikes, even challenge modes as well. That's kind of what I'm searching for, right? But I don't really have the forum to do this, and don't have the time much.
Yeah.
I'm already spending time with Fungus usually twice a week. I'm doing my own stuff with my free time as well. Still developing my own thing, video game-ish. It's just too much sometimes, and I don't have the time commitment. I think even recently you asked me about YouTube. Kind of goes the same way. I do want to kind of go into YouTube, but I can't really find the time to do it.
Interesting. Yeah, I was going to say that Fungus, I think, is pretty good for this, because, I mean, Fungus is getting powerful now, you know? From when I was there last, you know, we had like a 35-minute holdout, like double outnumbered pretty much in EB. Fungus is getting there. Fungus can be the conduit, for sure. But yeah, we'll see what we cook up.
The last session that you haven't joined on Sunday, we had a similar problem, but we were outnumbered pretty much double.
Yeah.
And we did die, but we unfortunately have not killed many of them, but we did manage to put many of them down. So we actually had the coordination to do that. But of course, if you're 25 versus a 40-man or 45-man, you can't really win against that. Like, the momentum is too strong on their side, and that means you literally can't do much unless you start abusing things, like choking and even siege and things like that.
Interesting.
But yeah, fortunately we did die, but yeah, we did hold out for like a whole 3 minutes against double the number, and I was really happy about that.
Okay, Planix, if you get into OnlyFangs, will you come and do HC?
If I do get to OnlyFangs, it will be the one time when I'm actually gonna reset back to WoW, because my sub is running out and I'm not renewing at the moment.
It's fucking over. It's depleted. But yeah, no, honestly, I hope I get in. I'm ready.
Over.
I'm ready. It's time. I will duo level with you, Planix. That'll be fucking content, bro. You can get Darren's in as well. It's gonna be good shit.
Yeah.
Very, very good. But it's good, you know. It's gonna be an interesting year ahead, I think. Lots of content. Okay, here's another one. Is there any kind of event that you'd want to run?
Event that I want to run? Well, I think the Zeros LCM could be considered an event, but outside of that, I want the return. I was actually thinking about this recently. I want the return of King of the Hill when we did it with HS back in the day. When I've decorated the PvP arena.
Okay.
And we let everyone in as a free-for-all, and I've barricaded the entrance, and the last person standing won a prize, right? So people could play like very healing builds and try to pull people into the death traps. People could play the DPS builds, and I think doing that, because that would be prime material for Mold Wars in a way. And so I think that would fit right well with Fungus. So that would be something that I would run for sure.
Interesting. Yeah, some good content there.
What are your plans then? Since kind of mentioned this, got you there.
Oh. No, I'm stretching.
Stretching is important.
Oh god, my body is destroyed. I basically don't even have I have no limbs. I have nothing. I am nothing. I mean, it's the big year for me. It's the big year. So the things that I want to do in 2025, Master of the Arena 3, Beetle Racing Tournament 1, and then Raid Tournament, as yet unnamed, towards the end of the year as well. And then I also do want to bring back Community Month. Community Month is back, 100%, including Project NA. We're going to improve NA's DPS. It's going to be good. Yeah. And then also, this is the kind of thing that I want to get done a lot. I'll probably try and cook up a couple of ideas of these. 1,000 Dragons Ends. Except we're not going to do 1,000. Okay, here's my plan. We do loads of posts and Reddit posts and like Discord posts and stuff like that, and we get as many people as possible logged in to do Dragon's Den at the same time. And like the goal is to have over 1,000 people doing Dragon's Den at the same time across EU and NA. So we have like, you know, like 15 maps of Dragon's Den running simultaneously, and then I multi-box into every map at the same time. We can like show them all off.
I see.
That's content, bro. Surely we can do that. And we do that as a part of Project NA. And NA will have high DPS. It will do more DPS than EU even.
Yeah, well, I would say based on the performance on Dragons and recently on EU, I would be a little bit skeptical about your claim, even on EU at the moment.
Wait, you think there's not enough people to do that?
No. The performance that I have observed when literally 35 people out of a 50-man Zerg went downstate to a single attack.
Yeah. Dude, EU has massively fallen off. Like, there's actually just no way around this. Like, EU's DPS has tanked, in my opinion, over the last couple of years.
It is much lower.
It is way lower than it used to be. Like, despite even with power creep, the skill level has massively reduced in open world. A huge reduction in skill level, I think. So yeah, we're gonna have to address that. We're gonna have to improve that.
Yeah, I kind of personally feel that it's actually the kind of new people coming in, because some of the old people that may kind of got the taste of some of the end game could potentially enter the end game scenario, maybe be disappointed. But what I'm kind of trying to say here is, I wonder, because I don't really see many people in open world with, let's say, 0 CM title, like LCM title, right? Maybe they don't want to show it. That's also a possibility, of course. But I would expect, like, if you see someone like that around, you know that they were maybe good. Okay, let's not discuss why it could be maybe instead of they're good, but they could be maybe good, and I don't really see that in open world. Maybe that's why, because I think there's legitimately new players just playing in open world.
I think there's just less good people as well playing, so we have to make new good people. So that's what we've got to do there as well. But yeah, that's going to be the thing. I just want to do a lot of stuff like that. Obviously, Fungus as well. Fungus needs to be. I want to turn Fungus into basically old Salt, like 50-man blobs, 80-man blobs. Like map queue the entire time. And Project Fungo. The PvP arc is coming. I will be forcing all of Fungus to PvP, in addition to Fungus Among Us.
I'm somewhat sad that you did not see some of the Fungus performance that we did, because it would fell really well when we would actually have full 80. We were doing the open tag, as I mentioned, on Sunday, and we were doing like a helping out, right? So we were like a small team of like 20, 25 people, like around 20 were on Discord, so pretty high attendance as well, which was very nice and very cool to see. But we did a lot of havocing. So there was like another commander, and we just kind of kept baiting, right? So one commander pushed and we just baited. Very fun thing that had happened. Green was completely outnumbering us. So what we did was, while the other commanders were making them busy on our end, because the Green invaded, we just went straight into Green spawn and we took their T3 tower.
That's big.
Out of nowhere. It was really cool. Yeah, we just got in, we got to the Lord, we got there fast, we killed it fast, and yeah, they came, but a little bit too late. Then when they arrived, because they wanted to take it back from us, the other commanders pushed into SM and flipped T2 SM. So that, yeah, it all worked, right? Like, that's the kind of havoc that you kind of want to have if you would have that many people on the same map, somewhat coordinated. You could say
Happy holidays,
this
Michael.
is a very old joke. Maybe you will get it, maybe
People
not.
happy.
But the masturbator Planix.
Yes.
Comes
Oh
to
yes.
mind.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah. It comes to mind. Nice.
Yeah, that was. Look, I miss when we had DGen fucking DGen Discord names. That was like the peak That was good world versus world. We need to bring that back. We need the snail arc back again. Snail god arc.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Weevil god arc. We need Arcane back. Stab 1, stab 2.
Stab 1, stab 2. Yeah, now you have stab 1, and if there's no other stab, then you're doing it wrong and you're trash.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how insane every class is in World versus World. Like back then, you know, you had like 2 Guardians rotating stability around, and now you just have like 1 Guardian can pretty much do all of it, like with a bit of help from the Revs. Although it's actually interesting, right? Well, if you look at the logs, like the Revs generate an insane amount of stability, right? They generate more than the Guardians even.
Yeah, the road is too strong, you know.
Yeah, the road.
But the way I'm kind of looking at things, and I really like this kind of point of view, that World vs. World meta is almost like inverse of the PvE meta. In PvE, you don't want stab unless you specifically need it for like a boss or something to just simplify things. In World vs. World, you have to have it. Like, there's no way around it. Same goes with quickness and alacrity, right? In PvE, you have to have it. In World vs. World, it's nice to have, but not a mandatory thing. The good groups will have both. Not saying that you won't, but I kind of like that you have 4 different support players and 1 DPS per subgroup. That is just
I think it's
hilarious.
absolutely. I think it is cursed. It is unbelievable. I think the World vs. World meta right now is actually disgusting. It's so,
it is a little bit weird.
It's
but
so degenerate.
Considering that everything does such a high damage, like the damage is way too high for everything. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, you got to sustain. You know, you just run 4 healers, right? Like, yeah, it is what it is. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
You have 1 DPS per subgroup, and you have to have 4 healers just to stay yourself, keep yourself alive. And the thing is, though, the damage is so high that even if you make a mistake and you make a positioning error, or you get immobilized and there's no resistance or Condy cleanse, suddenly you become off stack and you're gonna die within a second. Yeah. There's no counterplay to that.
Yeah, I mean, immobilize is like such a death sentence right now. Like, if you get, and there's also loads of pretty long immobilize too. If you get hit by an immobilize and you're out of position, you're just instantly dead, pretty much. Like, you're just gonna die immediately. Yeah, I mean, that's the. I feel like this is the danger of just, like, buffing all the supports, right? Like, all the supports are just so strong in World vs. World right now. Because, like, I think Necro in particular is really scary because Necro has the boon strip capacity and it can also do support at the same time. So it's kind of like it does the damage, does the offensive support and defensive support too. You just give a bunch of barrier, crazy cleanses, right? Like all this kind of good stuff. And actually the revive power is super nice too with like the Mercy Relic, right? You just get people up to 100% health with the Mercy Relic instantly. And then you've also got that Corrupt as well. Like you just drop the, you've got the Pull, you've got the Nightfall and the Well of Corruption as well. It's like really, really strong.
Resing as well, what you mentioned with Signet as well. Like, good groups will res people even off stack, right? That's
exactly, yeah. And Sidoneth's very good ability. Same as Mercy on the Guardian, right? It's very nice to be able to do that. Yes. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's a weird state for World vs. World. Definitely not my favorite meta, but, there's honestly been worse. There's definitely been worse. The Boon Ball. Enjoy the Boon Ball.
Well, there's a Boon Ball, Pirate Ship meta, the China strat. Like, what other strategies were there, man? I can't remember anymore. There were too many.
Well, there was, like, I mean, this wasn't exactly... There's Cloud strat, right, as well.
I
don't know if you recall that when that started to be a thing, that was kind of what, AMP, right? Do you remember AMP, Amplified Wrath? Like those guys kind of started playing that with the Hammer Revs a lot, and then that style kind of took over a little bit because it kind of countered the it countered like the melee blob pretty well. Playing the there's some real there's this really fucking funny clip actually. Do you recall in the GVG where like the leader, it was Joey, right? I think was the leader of the guild, and this is a very funny scenario, guys, because basically Amplified Wrath they got accused of focusing the leader. A little bit, like which is kind of like a bit of a faux pas. You typically don't do that, right? In World vs. World, it's considered to be quite, bad manner to do that. And then these audio, like the comms leaked from AMP, and it was just Joey like screaming "Spike on enemy leader" over and over again.
Yeah,
It's very
I have
funny.
been mod many times on Sunday, so there was definitely some focusing going on. But now that you have the icon above your head, it's much easier now.
Yeah. I think the big thing about World vs. World is that cooldowns have just gone very, very low, right? Like, because back in HOT
Yeah,
when like
everything is spammy.
when we were playing, right, is that you could actually win like massively outnumbered fights pretty reliably, right? Because if you dodge the enemy's initial spike, they wouldn't have more damage or sustain right afterwards. But currently, cooldowns are so insanely short that like you dodge one bomb and then it's back immediately, right? Like immediately there's more damage that's going to be coming out from the opponents, which is kind of why we've been forced into running loads of supports, because you just need to survive. You need to be capable of surviving, right? And there's just so much damage, and cooldowns are so low that it's like very hard to survive. And like it makes outnumbered like very difficult to deal with currently, because it's so hard to avoid all of the damage because it just comes back immediately, right? There's no like downtime in these fights anymore. It's like go, 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 go all the time. Whereas like back in the HOT days, right, like you could essentially dodge damage and then be a little bit safe with good cooldown usage for a while.
Yeah.
But that's just how it is.
I definitely agree with that. It's it has been rough, but I think there is still an opportunity for skill play. Like if you can burst better, if you can actually generate the down states fast and commit to those, yeah, you can still win outnumbered, but it is less of a skill now than it was.
Yes. But yeah, Fungus is coming. Prepare for Fungus, everyone. I will be leading Fungus 2025. Prepare yourself.
Yeah. I kind of hope so. I'm getting a little bit out of my wind now. I mean,
Yeah,
twice
he's
a week,
drained.
it's
He's
a big
mentally
commitment,
drained.
okay?
He's fucking drained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a big commitment,
Are
but
you,
I'm
are
still
you joining?
having a lot
Are
of
you
fun.
joining the PvP arc? When are you joining the PvP arc?
I was actually talking recently about that, and by recently, I literally mean yesterday.
Okay.
Never.
Wait, why never?
I care too much about winning in PvP. And,
Yeah, ranked
that
is
would
probably
not fly well.
ranked is not the place for that. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be exact opposite what you kind of want to have there.
So you'd mentally break.
Well, I wouldn't mentally break, but what I'm trying to say is probably the old Plenix would come back.
Ah.
Like the old hard yelling Plenix.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, look, surely, I mean, that's good. Let's bring back old Plenix.
No,
Yeah.
I really like the way how I developed and how I am now. I
Yeah.
want to come back to
Yeah,
that.
I mean, that's Plenga O. Like, we bring back Plenga O, basically.
Oh god.
The forbidden one.
Forbidden one.
The forbidden Plenga. We will bring back...
The thing is, though...
Yeah? Oh, yeah?
Sorry. Yeah.
What are you going to say?
Oh, okay. Well, I was about to make a joke, but you gonna say something first?
No.
No. Okay. My joke, which is not gonna be funny now, but I'll try anyway. I think that I got really good with psychology. That's the open. To the point where I can barely reason with people. So when I'm doing training and stuff like that, it works really well, right? So the thing is, if I would to PvP, I would make my team quit before anything else would probably happen.
What do you mean by
I
that?
would psychologically destroy them.
You would
so the joke
you'd
is,
mentally break your own team.
Yes. It's not gonna be me who's gonna be broken. I'm gonna break other people.
And how would you break them? You'd like flame them?
Kind of have to, it's like a spin of a moment thing, like a good hackle at a comedy show. It's the same way. Kind of have to be lured in.
Interesting. Yeah, Warlord.
Wait, why are
Plenix.
people saying to clip? No.
Well,
why?
they all want the return of old Plenix, I think.
No, you don't.
People want old. I mean, people want old. They want old salt. True. They want, you know, they want to bring Frost and Duran back. Old Kevin. Let's bring old Kevin back.
I saw him in the game recently.
Yeah, but he's reformed now. He's not.
He's not ERPing anymore in Divinity 3?
Well, I don't think he does ERP anymore. No.
Oh, shame. In what way did he reform? His views or something else?
I mean, I think just in general. It's like a general reform.
So a completely different person.
Yeah, he's reformed.
Okay. Love to see that and hear that, I guess.
Small things.
I don't know any context, but I want old Plenga back. What do you make of that?
Well, what to say? There is a hidden cult of the old Plenga around, where people are sharing the image. I have been informed, not recently, like a long time ago, that there was a specific server that hosted several versions. And apparently, one was posted daily as like, hey, this is the daily old Plenga variant. But I only really know about the ones that people kind of leaked to me. So I know the RTX old Plenga, I have the old Plenga, the actual 3D printed version as well, right? Because Len sent me. So, yeah. Don't really know more than that. But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is.
For a little bit of a context, I guess, Old Plenga is a forbidden emote. It has been removed from Twitch for being too inappropriate. That's all you need to know. If you know Plenga, then you may ask yourself how, you know, what happened? Like, why the Old Plenga, you know, is gone. It was too powerful, as Jester is saying. It was too powerful, and people couldn't handle it.
It was too much.
Yeah.
Was defeated.
And that's just how it is.
Was victorious.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. You know, yeah. When are we doing all plus 12s in WoW? By the way,
Jester has asked me as well, right? When I'm doing plus 10 with him.
he's tanking. He's tanking.
The thing is, I'm not really enjoying retail almost at all at the end game. I love multi-classing, so that's already a problem for me because I have to get a gear in order to participate in M+. And I can't get the gear if I constantly change class every week, so... Yeah. Wow, Jester is exposing me. There you go. Hey, I have a Weekora. I have my own Weekora that I cooked.
He cooked. He cooked his Weekora.
Just that he doesn't understand my Weekora doesn't mean that it's dog shit. That makes it unplayable. Also, the talent system is breaking me in retail, honestly.
Wait, really? I kind of like it, actually.
Yeah. The one thing that I don't like, when you swap the stuff, you occasionally get different abilities.
Yeah.
And I have to, like, reshuffle all of my muscle memory if I want to include this one ability, right? Into the mix as well. And I know everyone's saying, hey, like, you maybe don't need this button. Well, there's one situation where you probably would use it, and if it's not key-bounded, then you end up like a Tyler, right? Don't want to do that, so I will rather keybind it.
What's the Wheel of Misfortune, by the way? Because I have contributed to it many times. I have never understood what it is. Because to be fair,
no.
I haven't looked up. I haven't actually looked it up or anything. So I just press the button. I go, oh yeah, Wheel of Misfortune.
I understand. Well, This is gonna be a big double-edged sword. What I'm about to say, because you're gonna fuck me here with this. Wheel of Misfortune is a monthly thing that I've been doing since the start of this year.
Yep.
And it increases in difficulty every month. So we are now that people have to donate 800,000, I believe, points of my channel points just to be able to trigger it. What it is it's an RNG wheel which has semi-punishments and full punishments on it. Some of them are quite mild, like go touch some grass, you know? That's the safe one. But there are also other ones like Sauna Stream, Necopara Stream, 1 to 100 fractals. What was there as well? Oh yeah, skip week of raiding, which for me it's a massive thing
like,
because I have
you,
not skipped a single week, right? So,
guys, join me, Planets. Come Dragon's End. It's time. Log in.
I'm doing Toy Poker.
It's emergency dragon. It's Safari Dragon's End. Chat, log in. Dude, nobody's doing Dragon's End. I load in the squad.
Oh no.
Sauna Stream is pretty massive, actually.
Yeah. There is a potential for a Sauna Stream, by the way, just saying.
Yeah.
At the start of the new year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We have to do a group Sauna Stream. We've got to get the boys together.
I was actually, when I was in Finland, I did visit the Finnish sauna there. It was quite okay. The best part was...
You're not even done with training.
Do we want to say this on stream? Well, I said it on my stream, so we'll see. There was a little bit of competition of who can stay the longest, you know. It was a Japanese man, me from Czech Republic, then it was one Finnish man, and then a Swede came in.
Okay.
Who do you think won?
That's a good question. I mean, who won?
Yeah, it was the Swede.
Interesting.
And the best part was he ordered beer into the sauna and poured it out on it, so everyone left. Because he was drunk.
That is weird.
Yeah, he was fully drunk and just poured the beer on top of the stones just to heat it up. And yeah, everyone Yeah, I know it's normal, but like for me that was like, yeah, I don't drink, so I don't want to.
We have
smell the
15
vapor,
minutes.
right?
We have 15 minutes to do Dragon's End pre-event. What do you think?
Oh,
Is that GG?
pre-event? Let me see what's happening on your stream.
We're literally at the start of the pre-event, but we only have to do one lane. 2 of the 3 lanes are actually completed.
Oh, that's fine. You're fine.
Look, they're dropping little bundles of, well, something.
Okay.
It's void. Quick, throw it into my
He's
prismatic
asserting his
crystal,
dominance.
and it will be
Exactly.
cleansed.
We're kind of busy right now with the void crazies trying to kill us.
Cleansing
What do you think
the
of Guild
will
Wars
reduce
3?
The void's intensity. It'll give you a fight.
Keep it up. We're nearly there.
It's hard to put it in words.
Yeah.
I love the time in Guild Wars. Love the time I've spent. To start all over again, it will prove a challenge, but looking at it back, how people are looking fondly at Guild Wars 1 now, I think I will be alright. So I wouldn't feel anything bad towards Guild Wars 3. I would just be interested in which direction they're gonna try to make it. Is it gonna be like a direct upgrade and like direct maybe continuation of the story and some kind of import of characters, or will they try to just set it in the future or in the past somewhere outside of the Dragon Cycle? Maybe Guild Wars 3 is Oreen waking up again and just being the enemy now. I don't know. But I think there's a lot of potential with kind of multiverse-ish things that ArenaNet could do with the Mists. Because travel between Mists to different realities and stuff. Where did the gods go? And there's a lot of unanswered questions that
I'd say you handled yourself
I
pretty
think
well.
would work.
With more training, who knows? You could become one of us.
So I'm very excited for Guild Wars 3 and for the card game-ish as well, if it is a card game, you know.
Ah, yes. Looks
Lions Arch
like
Arena
Lions
thing,
Arch
right?
Arena. Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 spin-off game.
Not gonna happen.
Interesting. Where would your ideal Guild Wars 3 take place? I don't think I actually really care that much. I just want the game to be good. I don't really mind about the setting that much. The game just needs to not be dog shit. If the game is dog shit, I'll be pretty sad.
I would hope that if Guild Wars 3 did come out, they would not skimp out that much on the leveling. Because the core part of Guild Wars 2 for me was the exploration while I leveled, and it was so good. But now the time has changed, and most people kind of boost and everything. If the journey to max level would take some time, so it will force you to explore the world, I think it would be really cool. But at the same time, I don't want to be forced to do it this like every single time, right? What I'm trying to say is, I want to do a WoW Classic leveling in Guild Wars 2, but maybe not such like pure Classic. Maybe like a Wrath Classic, when it was much simpler, but still you had a journey to the max level in some way. So you went through nice places, different locales, stuff like that.
Yeah, then
For me, the place
unlikely.
would be
That's-
Tyrion still.
That would be a very long leveling process for a modern MMO. I think that would immediately mentally break basically every player.
Well, that's the thing. You do the SOD spin-off. You start putting things along the leveling path. Like, same... Like, we had dungeons in Guild Wars, we could also have a raid, right? Like, just a random raid at, let's say, level 20 out of 50. Another raid at level 40, and it's just scales. So even if you're max level, you can join in and help people out. Could be an interesting idea. To just try to produce some, like, harder 10-man content. Or even, god damn it, just put a convergence in it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Like,
I'm not entirely convinced that they'll really put a lot of like raid content into Guild Wars 3.
I'm also not convinced, but hey, I am taking the biggest copium hits since Wing 8 has been released, so I'm gonna say whatever.
I mean, Wing 8 is released, but to be honest, I still don't quite understand why they did Wing 8. I think it was just probably quite easy of them to do because they reused the assets a lot, I guess. But I mean, yeah. It's an interesting decision, I think, for ArenaNet to make Wing 8.
The entire setting for the raid is the same setting for the convergence. So if they were already set heavily on the convergence, they could just combine it with the two. And what they kind of did mostly was just the design of the boss fights.
Yeah. Sneb Slug. I think they just wanted... Yeah, I think the chat's right. They just want to see some Sneb Slug action, right? Sneb Slug.
Yeah, I was really happy to see him in the
Yeah,
in the raid.
and he's gonna slug now.
It's kind of cool.
What are your thoughts on the fact that Sneb will soon be covered in Vaseline, slipping around like a slug? What do you think about that?
I mean, he was supposed to be covered in Vaseline a long time ago.
I mean, well, I
But
guess
then
that's
the
technically true.
injury came in and IRL, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up that he like destroyed himself. Wait. Have you ever had a bad injury? That, like, have you broken something?
yes.
What have you done?
Yeah. I have broken both of my hands.
Oh fuck. Yeah, that's not good.
At the same time.
Oh. Yeah, that's annoying.
And
yeah.
yeah, it was. Hold on, let me think. The English word. It's between your hand and the actual bone.
Yeah,
from the arm.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Yep.
Wrist. I
Yeah,
think
wrist,
That's
yeah,
how you
wrist,
say
yeah.
it in English. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've broken both wrists at the same time.
Wow. Wait. How did you do that? You like fall off a bike or something?
No. It was at a physical education lesson at school.
Wait. What happened?
Hold on. I need to Google the name of this specific thing.
You know,
Uh.
hello, friend. I know. Real bad day. Nope. Some dragons aren't good listeners.
Dude, I
Oh,
think
yeah,
we're fucked. We have 8 minutes. I think
since
it's
then,
over.
To break through those shields.
yeah. Oh, is it really over? Oh no.
I think we're fucked.
Let's start by clearing a path to get the equipment through.
Yeah, because this is crazy. I have not ever broken a bone. All of my bones are
good for you.
intact. Yeah, I know. It's I think quite lucky, to be honest.
Yeah, that's very lucky. I lost twice to ice and once to a physical education lesson.
Yeah. That does make some sense. Slipping over is not ideal. I mean,
Yeah,
how did you break your wrists?
It's complicated. I'm trying to Google the thing.
Aim for the shields.
How do you say that in English? But it's like, do you know that kind of piece of a pole that is hanging in the air, and people do like 180? Well, not 180s, but 360s on it sometimes. It's hard to explain. Maybe some checks could help me. Rasta, by any chance? I don't know.
Well, like a
what to
bar?
say.
Is it like a bar?
Yeah, bar. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, acrobatics
Yeah.
bar. I was supposed to do like a front flip,
Okay.
but my hands got stuck while doing it.
Ooh.
So yeah, they were So I did like a it wasn't like a full 180, but it was like further than, let's say, 120 degrees when the thing happened. Right.
One shield down.
Um,
Clear that first area. and
it was rough.
Yeah, that's not great. Doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
Yeah, when that happened, I was generally quite averse for any physical education, really, as a class. I didn't really like it much. But after that injury, I was essentially allowed to, well, no longer do anything that would involve anything with hands, per se. So what we did instead was to just play football and things like that instead.
That's 2 shields down. Clear the area out.
But with me specifically, but it was for the rest of the school. It wasn't ideal, but not gonna lie, like looking at the retrospective, probably the teacher must have felt extremely bad when that happened, because he was the one pushing me to do those things because I didn't want to do it, and then literally I broke
You broke.
both of my
Yeah,
hands at the
you
same
literally
time.
broke. Physically.
Yeah.
Not even just
Yeah.
mentally. Full break. That's not ideal.
The best part was, at the time, I did play video games still, even both of my hands in full enclosure because of the wrist injury. I kept playing video games,
Yeah.
and I played Quake at the time.
Hell yeah, let's go. PE teacher, the breaker. Yeah. Yeah, the worst injury I've had is I had a shoulder injury that I'm not sure exactly what was wrong with it, but all I know is that I couldn't like use my right arm for like 6 months. I couldn't like raise it above shoulder height or do anything with it. That was really annoying because obviously I'm right-handed, which is, you know, having no right arm is pretty annoying. It is what it is. Unlucky. And that was just overuse. I did a lot of exercise, and we were doing some sprints, right? We were doing some swim sprints, and everything's going fine. I was like, my arm was kind of sore, but that's kind of normal, right? Like if you do a lot of sport, there's like always like a little bit of soreness, especially after like a big weight session. And then it just went, you know, like I was just swimming along, doing my thing, going max effort, and then yeah, my arm was like, okay, well, it's over, right? It's like my arm decided that I cannot move anymore, and it's deplete. So there you go. That's what happened.
No longer the max effort.
Yeah, it was no longer. It was 0 effort now. That was the best I could do. Yeah, not good. Yeah. Okay, actually, you know, actually you'll know about this. You'll know about this because you've done like more training than anyone. In your experience, if you had to name one NPC in the game, the Breaker, any NPC, any boss, could be Fractal Strike, DRM, Raid, whatever. What is, and actually chat can get in on this as well. What is the Breaker in Guild Wars 2?
Same here.
Ooh, there are many contenders.
Between all of us and the Harvest Temple. Careful. It's
I guess I'm not allowed to do like a most recent, overall, and other thing.
You could
It's
you
just
could
the
maybe
one?
you could maybe do multiple categories.
Oh, most recent, easy then. By far the most recent, Greer.
champion.
Great. Wait, not Decima. Okay, I guess Decima's kind of easy now, huh? After the
Decima is pissed.
Yeah, because it's been nerfed. It's really hard.
Greer is still the one that is the breaker. Because you can be playing perfectly for 8 minutes, and then just one barrage without a reflect or absorb happens, and half of the squad is downstate, and suddenly you lost half of the squad.
Yeah.
And you have to restart. slightly more into the past. I think Epoch Fractal 100 has been quite rough on some people.
Yeah, that is rough.
But overall, kind of what I still kind of see people struggle with, and that one's a little bit rough based on what I kind of do. In terms of training, I think a lot of people are, I guess that's thanks to the recent additions with expansions and stuff. The EOD strikes, for example, are not as hard anymore because people understand the color scheme of the game now. Greens means stay here, you know, danger for orange, like, or something bad happening there, and red for like don't touch that, it's bad. They do understand that now. But man, oh, dude. Let me quickly win that from my own chat. There you go.
Holy shit, he actually won. He actually won. He secured the dude list. That's big. We're failing Dragon's End pre-event. It's over.
Oh no.
We only have 1 minute to go. It was a good effort, though, to be honest. It was a good effort. I respect it. I missed Dragon's End on launch. That was good. Yeah. And yeah, I don't do Epoch. That's the thing. I don't do Epoch Fractal. I don't think I would ever willingly do it. Ever.
I think now with the strategy in place, it is much simpler.
It's not fun though.
And
that's the problem. It's not fun.
It's sorry. It is a very scripted fight. And I think that's kind of the same way how Ura even goes. Oh, now that I kind of think about it, maybe the call for Greer has been a little bit too early. No, Greer is breaking people more than Ura, but Ura is a prime example of like the boss that is not interesting to me at all.
Yeah,
it's
no,
the same
like
script just going around the entire thing. Clearly, it's missing the CM and LCM mechanics. That would probably make it more spicier and provide additional context. But I think, because this happened recently to me, we had a pretty good run with Ura, and we wiped at 4%.
Yeah, I think I've seen you nearly break to Ura. I've seen you mentally fold to that.
Oh, that was some other times. I mean, that. Yeah. On one hand, I'm kind of proud of this. I did a training run 2 weeks ago for the entirety of Wing A.
Yep.
And it's my typical, like, just putting up in the LFG, hey, like, anyone welcome. Required Discord, so people were forced to join Discord just to listen to stuff. And we were quite successful with everything. We did Eternal and on Greer. We did quite fast Decima as well. It worked really well. We did take some hours. But it was somewhat obvious that a certain person was not paying attention as everyone else because they kept asking the same question.
Okay.
And not to poke at Nitro here in particular here, but I have recognized a Scottish accent. And something felt wrong, right, about that person. And it came out after we finished Ura that I think everyone expected it.
Happy Christmas, Derpingo.
That they come clean. Sorry, guys, I was drunk, right? And like, oh, we kind of noticed. Like, literally everyone from the squad knew. And it was a kind of lovely conversation because, first of all, entire bottle of wine and full flask of beer, and then after the end of the raid, he went to a pub as well. That person, very cool Scottish person though, really good. Anyhow, that guy said that he probably had the best fun he had in the game with me in a long while, and that felt really cool in my heart because when this is coming from a drunk Scottish person, you kind of know, right? This is kind of... But I was thinking, like, he's gonna forget about this tomorrow. Like, he's not gonna remember anything. But it kind of did feel good in a lot of ways. And that's kind of what I'm kind of missing in Guild Wars in general. Oh, apparently you look drained, as what some people are saying in your chat.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I'm a little tired today. I've been a little tired for a long time though. To be honest.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Ah.
That's where it is. We're working on it. Full reset work. I mean, full reset always works. Hard reset always works. I'm the only person to have ever succeeded hard reset, though. It's worth noting that Jester attempted it during New World. He failed hard reset.
I mean, he did it recently as well.
Yeah, he failed.
Okay. No, he succeeded.
No, he failed hard reset. He's never done hard reset.
No, he's... What? What the hell,
There's
man?
Moth Node. Full reset is not a myth, guys. Like, anyone who says otherwise is coping. Full reset is real. It's real. Liadra in an 8 orbit unit can make her a breaking NPC. I feel like Turai is a mega breaker as well. Turai is a big breaker. I've spectated people try and do Turai, and it's like a Peepo smackdown, like over and over again. It's crazy. Yeah. Well, look at all these awesome Christmas wishes. Very nice. Lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone, from T-Boss
Yes.
Chat. It's true. I didn't even say that. Oh my god, I'm
You're
so
not festive.
inconsiderate.
You're the Grinch. That's
yeah,
you.
I am.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing at the idea of being the Grinch?
No, it brings work into the mix. I don't want to talk about that on stream.
Oh,
It's too
okay.
depressing.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Daily hard reset. What are your thoughts on daily hard reset?
How?
When you just never sleep.
Isn't that essentially never falling asleep?
Well, I guess you would do 24 hours on, 24 hours off. So you'd have like a 1 day break between resets.
Not sure that would be possible.
Here's a big
Albeit
question
knowing
for you.
Jester,
Okay,
I
here's
think
a
it
question.
would.
You see someone with Legendary Conqueror of Saras. Do you go, wow, they killed Saras, or do you go, wow, they bought Saras? Like, what's your immediate reaction?
What's my immediate reaction?
Yeah.
If it's a strike or raid context, show me what you got. If it's open world context, I couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't care if people bought it or got it. I am very displeased if they did buy it, but I don't really care. As long as you kind of... That title, if the title is well deserved, I will know immediately when the fight begins.
Yeah.
And that's all I need to know. I don't ask for kill proof for this reason.
This is why...
It's both
This is why we need like a proper log website for Guild Wars 2, right? Because in WoW, you just immediately look someone up, right? Like you go, oh yeah, this person bought. It's immediately obvious. If they pass 0, they're like 10k DPS, they obviously bought, right? Or if they've got hidden logs, they bought.
Yeah, you could kind of see it in,
Yeah.
Wingman as well.
You kind of can, but it's kind of awkward to do it, right? It's like hard to look someone up, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, but you can still look up how many times they kill like certain
Yeah.
CM and stuff.
But like in WoW, you just go, oh yeah, this person bought. You immediately confirm they bought. Instantly. And you just know if they bought or not.
Raid core is not happening. Oh no. One day it will happen, we believe.
I mean, dude, the thing is that Raid Core is literally racing against Guild Wars 3 at this point. I think it's... Realistically, Guild Wars 3 is probably going to be at least announced before Raid Core exists. In fact, yeah, that's 100% the case, no? Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It definitely will be.
Yeah. It is highly possible, yes.
So he's going to... I mean, honestly, right now, if you're Delta, I would start designing Raid Core with Guild Wars 3 in mind. Unironically, no? Like, that's what I would do. I've been thinking, okay,
What if
I
Guild
want to
Wars
make
3
like
is just a single player game?
I want to make the log website for. Well, you could have still have parsers, right? You could still have like single player DPS parsers, surely.
Stun him before he attacks. Monsoon, watch out.
Yeah, I guess.
It's time. Log in. Dude, honestly, that's what we need. We need Planix. You need to come and cook our weak auras in WoW. Can be the software engineer. Make us sneak.lure. Are you aware of sneak.lure? That like
No, I am not. Unless it's the.
you'll like this.
I
You'll find this really interesting from a developer perspective. See, are you aware of the concept of a private aura in retail?
Yes.
Okay, so so Echo came up with a really interesting solution for detecting private auras. Basically, what it did was it like moved the aura to where the mouse is, basically, so it could detect the mouse over event, and then they could use that in their add-ons. So they basically they wrote a piece of code that basically enabled them to detect private auras in a way that you're obviously not supposed to be able to, right? It was like kind of like this weird like novel solution. So like the aura would just be like following your mouse around, basically, right? Yeah, and they were able to, basically detect it that way. And the thing is, they knew what they were doing was bad, so they called it sneak.lure. That was the name of the file, was sneak.lure. That was just, obviously helping them. It was on Farak specifically. Basically, there was this mechanic where players would get marked with fire things that would lift you into the shadow prison that would lift you into the air, and then you get like a fire thing that would break people out, right? So that they had like an assigner that dealt with that. Using
So like Uruk, kind of, in a way.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Yeah, a little bit like that. Except like yeah, very similar actually to that. Except it was like you need to have you had to like go to 2 different people at the same time, and if you didn't break them out, then you just couldn't do it, and then they're just in the air, they're dead. And it was called sneak.lure.
You must like pain.
It's kind of an interesting solution to a technical problem. They cooked. Plenga. Yeah, shared chat is really good. I think this, what the implementation they have here is actually really nice. The only thing, and this is a little bit awkward, but I think they should do it, because actually I don't think this is possible, right, Plenix? Well, I think it definitely isn't because of security reasons. But you can't do like a global hook in a browser, can you? Because right now, what I find really annoying about what we're in now is that there's no push to talk, right? Like there's no toggle mute, for example.
Thing.
And I don't think that's actually doable, as far as I'm aware, in a browser environment.
It could be doable in something that is not Chromium based.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Because Chromium is the one that is pushing the security features the most.
Yeah.
So if you do Firefox, or honestly, well, you can't even do Safari. Well, I guess Safari is still its own thing, but not on Windows, right? I think it's using Chromium on Windows now.
I have no idea. I haven't used it on Windows.
I'm just spitballing things.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think their best option would be to basically create like an application, right? That a bit like Discord, right? Like a Discord thing.
They already had the application, the Twitch Studio, to broadcast, so they could do. They already have the desktop application.
Exactly,
Twitch,
they should just do that, right? Because then you could actually.
They should just implement it into that.
Yeah.
And
because like what me and Darren did when we were doing the meta train, because obviously sometimes we got a question that we wanted to directly respond to. We were just we didn't use the voice in the Twitch pop-up. We just muted and used Discord instead.
Yeah.
That was basically what we...
Yeah. I did join you for a brief moment.
Yeah, and I think that... Oh, yeah, of course you were there. But yeah, I think that if they made this better... I really like it, though. I really like the fact that, we could, collaborate and do, like... Well, we're doing it right now, right? Well, we could do a WoW stream. We could get, like, Jester in here as well, right? Then he'd have all the viewers, too. And I think it makes collaborating really good and, like, really rewarding for both parties. And it kind of is like, the true spirit of it. Like, if 2 people are on a stream, they're both contributing, then they both deserve the same level of exposure, right? That's kind of, like... That makes sense to me. So I actually really like the implementation they've actually arrived at here. I think they're just a couple of things that need to iron out to make it like fully good. And I think that either like having some kind of Discord integration would be good, like maybe with the API, or I don't know, or just like having a standalone application that could have like proper hotkeys and stuff would be really good. Because right now it's just obviously it doesn't really have that type of support because it's obviously a web application rather than a desktop application, which kind of sucks. But theoretically, it should be very easy to port, right? They could just use something like Electron, just like boom, get it in there.
I'm gonna be a little bit
Same
scared
shit.
about Electron these days. I'm gonna regret saying this because we have some Rust enthusiasts in chat. But if you want to go a desktop application with JavaScript somewhat enabled, you should use Tori, not Electron.
Well, there you go then.
There you go. Any Rust enthusiast in chat? There you go.
Yes.
Did someone say Rust?
I'm gonna say I'm glad to hear that. Electron's dog shit. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm traumatized by Electron, dude. I'm traumatized by it, because seriously, like, when I was looking for like some help with the development for the tournament controller, and like one dev was like, "Yep, sure, I'll help," and I said, "Listen, you can do it in anything you want, just not Electron. Just don't use Electron. Anything but that." And the only thing this guy did was ignore me. He made a Hello World application in Electron, and then he made one commit to the GitHub, and then I never heard from him again. He just ghosted immediately. That was his like sole contribution, right? And this is why I don't use volunteers, guys. Okay, for doing stuff like this.
Yeah. That is why you have people who are cooperating with
Yeah.
your agenda without them ever volunteering. Yeah, that's exactly what he does instead.
Pretty much.
Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, from T-Pod's chat, again, exposing him for the 11th time about the same thing. I was not even asked if I could lead What Was His Vault.
Yeah.
I was just told
Correct.
to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. It was... There was no democratic process.
Yeah.
Yet I still did it, you know? Yet
Yeah.
I still did it because...
He did it.
I value the friendship.
He will lead World vs. World. And look, it worked out. Now he's a legendary warlord in World vs. World. Plenga.
Not really, no.
When are you swapping to DH, by the way? We have to play DH. We both have to. Because OP.
Yeah. I still want to continue playing Firebrand a little bit because I feel somewhat comfortable playing it at the moment, even though I'm still playing it like a dog shit. DH would be really good if you do a proper push with the F3 block.
Yes.
But yeah, it is a 6 no, not 6 seconds anymore, right? They nerfed it.
Yeah, they nerfed it. It's still really good, though.
Yeah, it's 4-second block, so you can still use it in the exact worst possible situation. You can just pop it up and suddenly everything's working out.
Yeah. Are you following the Firebrand debate in your Discord? I don't understand what's going on with this Firebrand debate, because I'm not hostile towards Selly Firebrand. I actually really like that build. I just think that Selly Scourge is better. I think Green has like misunderstood my position a little bit. It's not my claim that like Selly Scourge does more DPS than Selly Firebrand. I would probably guess that Firebrand does more. I would assume it does because like, you know, you do big burning like with that, but I'd still think that Selly Scourge is the better build, right? Like I feel like it's just a better build, no? Because it's better at healing. It sacrifices less, I feel like, to be a hybrid than a Firebrand. Whereas Firebrand, you have to make quite a lot of sacrifices in terms of trait line choices. And also, you have to kind of go out of your way to heal. Whereas Scourge just heals passively by, like, pressing its buttons and hitting Transfusion, right? And you have, like, the double res as well. And in general, I like Barrier and Open World. So, I mean, they're both good. Like, and also, the other really big thing about Scourge that's good is that it gives Alacrity. Right, whereas Firebrand gives quickness, so I feel like it's almost at an inherent disadvantage. Because if you're running a Selly Firebrand, that means that you can't really be running a Herald in your group or a Catalyst. And both of which I think... I really like Catalyst and Herald for Open World right now. But I don't know. I think there's like some cross wires there, because I don't think that Selly Firebrand is bad at all, actually. It's a very good build. There's a reason why I played it in the Zero to Hero, and it's arguably better now than it was when I played Zero to Hero as well. But, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. And I do think that Heal Firebrand is underrated currently. I think people think it's a lot worse than this. People are really scared of the cone, right? They fear the fact that the cone makes quickness weird, but it's like not even a cone anymore. It's like a semicircle at this point, right? It's pretty easy to land it.
Yeah, if there are not enough people in the cone, it turns into a circle, so... Yeah.
And there's actually this wait, there's like a massive debate going on, and that's crazy. What's even going on here?
Is there?
Wow. Heal fiber on players. Well, yeah, I think that there's something. I think Guardian is a noob magnet, right? Because if you think of, okay, let's be honest here. What DPS classes do you associate with low skilled players? Like Dragon Hunter and any Necro build, right? Like any Necro build is a noob magnet. Guardian is also a noob magnet. And yeah, heal firebrands, they are typically very low skill. Like that is 100%. Like that is absolutely true. Same thing with DHs, right? Like DH is, oof, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. If you see base ranger, you know shit's fucked. Unless it's Miragon.
True. For me, I have a very similar kind of experience. But what I would also say is that for me, most people do not understand fundamentally how either the boon application works on the class or healing works on the class. For firebrands, if you have the symbol trait, symbols heal, that is a really good healing. And most people just don't do that. They just hold and just press F2 sometimes. It's not exactly correct. If you have that trait, you want to be spamming symbols as well.
Yes.
So understanding, and this is not just for healers, it's for DPS players. The only reason, well, maybe not the only, but it heavily helped when I talked to two people specifically in the HDCM group that I was talking about before. They needed help in terms of understanding how the rotation works. Not on the, like, press what button level, but understanding why you press those buttons. And why you try to do this over that. Most people don't get that. They don't understand that.
Yeah.
Or... This is like a big issue. It's been out for some time. You see the rotation, you see the number pressing, and that's it. You never really think about why are you pressing Sword 5 on a Virtuoso, right? Most people say, oh, it's damage increase. Well, it is, but it also creates a burst window. And so you need to commit on that burst window, right? This gives you that ability to have that additional ferocity, because your permacritting ferocity is really good. And that's it. Like, most people don't understand those small things about any build.
Yeah. I think the big thing is that I think people get in their own heads about rotation a lot. They go, oh, look, you know, it looks complicated, it looks scary, but realistically, it just comes down to, like, slam your good abilities as much as possible. And obviously there are the optimizations, but realistically, you can get to, like, 80% of the benchmark without understanding the nuances of how the build works, right? Like, if you just, like, slam as hard as possible, like, you'll get to 80% pretty easily, right? Like, pretty much any rotation. There's a couple of exceptions, right? Like Blade Sworn, for example. Like, you need to, you know, if you don't do the Blade Sworn rotation kind of right, you're going to do nothing, right? You're fucking useless. But you know, most rotations, you can probably just, like, kind of slam it, and you'll get, like, 80%, 70-80% of the way there, like, just off that.
It all makes sense now.
Minions, dude, minions are pretty good. I'm just going to say it. Minions. Oh, it's really funny. You know what they need to add to Guild Wars 2? They need to add Unholy Death Knight. Dude, Guild Wars 2 players would fucking love that shit, dude. Okay, so basically, in WoW, retail WoW, right? Like, Unholy Death Knight summons, like, 1 billion minions and does Omega burst damage. Like, all the minions, like, just get in there, they just start going crazy. Like, you make, like, a giant expanding pool. You literally put down a Demos oil, because, okay, it's called Defile, which is the original Demos oil, of course, which is kind of interesting. So they're just going crazy, right? They're just going berserk. It's good stuff. They should add that to the game.
So, did you just describe spirits on Renegades?
It's kind of, but it's
it's like a moving thing, right? Like,
well,
the
it's a
minions
bit
do
more than
everything
that
on
because
them.
like you kind of control them a little bit more. Like you summon them, but you also make them do stuff, right? Like I think WoW does this really well actually. They handle like summoner style classes pretty nicely. So for example, like when you play Warlock, Demonology, like you summon an army of imps that like start casting and stuff and do damage, but then you have the ability to like throw them at the target and like make them blow up, right, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like there's a good implementation there, I think.
Corpse explosion.
Yeah. It's a little bit like how like bone minions work, kind of. But you have kind of it's like more it's more integrated into your rotation. Like it's imagine having an entire rotation oriented around that, right?
Yeah, you
instead.
kind of want to send them like right before they're maybe like
Yeah.
about to expire or something, right?
Yeah. So it's like there's a little bit more kind of depth to it, right? It's pretty cool. Plan my god. Merry Christmas, New Zealand. Merry Christmas to New Zealand. Love to see that. That's the literal Shire. Planix over in New Zealand. The literal land of hobbits. It's based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Dude, do you remember the Lich form Necrometa? That was fucking good shit, bro.
We had some funny discussions about nostalgia as well
That's
yesterday.
some good content.
I even brought the Wing 4 release.
Oh, you mean like the alarm, I believe, the Shrek era?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, that was good.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
People did not know. They loved the story.
Yeah, I
was
mean,
pretty good.
there's some crazy stories from back in the day. Right, there's some good shit.
Yeah.
Back in the day in HOT.
Back
I
in
look,
the day and age.
I mean, Demos CM. Surely your chat is aware of like the Demos CM story, the kiting arc.
The thing is, I don't. I still haven't learned the on-spot kiting. Let's just say it that way.
Yeah.
I
still does it.
If I'm forced to kite, I'm still doing it the same way it's on that fabled sessions.
Wow.
When I saw Wing 8 having a kite, on Decima, I was like, oh,
He was happy. He was full of joy.
No, you say that.
Dude, this is a fucking good video. Holy shit, dude. The Mata Demos heel kiting arc. Look, she actually made this video, and it's got like penguins at the start of it.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that is funny, actually. Let's see, wait, what other Mata videos are there? Oh, dude, look at this. Dude, yeah, look at these videos from Mata TW, which, by the way, guys, stands for Mata Tempest Wolves. Holy shit. Guys, Tempest Wolves and NA World versus World Guild. By the way, they would, before battle, they would, like, yell Tempest Wolves a woo on voice. They would, like, make a howling noise on voice before going into battle, guys. That is crazy.
I mean, we should implement something similar, fungus themed,
Yeah. Well, we should just use the fungus tonic. They need to add like a mushroom combat tonic. Look at that. Yaks bend, stand and fight. Dude, Yaks bend.
There is a normal mushroom tonic, but it's not combat, yeah.
Dude, look at this. Look at this montage.
The mold spreads a woo.
Yeah. Dude, look at that. Oh my god. This takes me back to when the game was actually good, guys. Holy shit. Look at this. 50-man blob. Here we are. Core Guardian. Oh my god. This was when the game was good, dude. This was like the best possible version of the game. And everyone was using HP hack as well. That makes it significantly better. Yeah.
It wasn't a hack at the time. It was still allowed, I think.
Yeah, you were allowed to use this, but it was HP hack, let's be honest.
Yeah, until the fabled release, which added something that was very naughty.
What do I think of the hack? Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Well, from what I've heard, like, the hack people are using is, like, stealing your Discord account or some shit now, and, like, stealing your Guild Wars 2 account. I mean, well, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I don't know what you expected. Shady application is shady. What can I I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. That really isn't it, is it? I mean, you kind of have that one coming. If you get hacked by some fucking hack application, like, well, I mean, I'm not that sympathetic. I'm gonna be real. Don't hack. It's cringe. Yeah. Yeah, Ceres.dll. I mean, this is what I've been hearing. Maybe someone can verify this, confirm or deny. But yeah, I heard that Ceres.dll is like hacking people's accounts or some shit. Apparently, there have been some compromised Discord accounts of like people who are known, right? People who are known in the community, or something like that. And it's been like they've been spamming, like adverts for Ceres.dll, pretty much.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
That was my kind of understanding.
Not just spamming, but yeah. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. To us, I feel like they're... Okay, look. I feel like their marketing is off here. Because surely they are aware... Wait, if I type Ceres.dll...
Oh, no. They got you, Teapot. No, don't do it.
But the thing is, why have they not branded... to Ceres.dll, because that's not what their application's called. Why haven't they... Everyone calls it Ceres.dll, right? Everyone does that. Why don't they call their application Ceres.dll? That would make sense, no?
The only thing I could maybe argue, but it's extremely vague and not really a thing, maybe copyright.
I mean, they're hacking the game. I'm not sure if they really care about that.
Yeah, but also there is not specifically... Well... it is not really a copyrightable name. There are many companies and entities with the same name, so yeah, I don't know.
Why do you name it Ceres.dll? Well, at least do some, like, metadata, right? Or at least have, like, some SEO, no? For the website, like, involving Ceres.dll. But if you Google Ceres.dll, it doesn't even come up. In fact, the only thing that comes up if you go Ceres.dll is Nike's Twitter, right? And a Reddit post where they refer to it as Ceres.dll. I believe. Planix.dll.
I mean, Planix.dll is just me being on Discord.
Yeah?
With whoever is playing, no?
That's true. I mean, look, that takes us back to... That's like the really old school days. When Planix was non-verbal and it was green guys, blue guys, green guys. So, for some... Oh... This is such a great story. Back when Wing 1 came out, guys, you know, obviously it was still, you know, Planix was still there. That was from Mystic Builds back in the day, right? The PV to it, Geodar CZ or Geodark Z, right? Because I was not aware of the convention that everyone from the Czech Republic, they all have CZ at the end of their account name. That's like a thing, right? All of them, every single one.
Well, it wasn't a thing, but it was a way that most people used to recognize themselves on the internet.
And yeah, Planix didn't use a microphone back then, but he basically used like a text-to-speech program. It's like the classic one, the one that gets used on streams, like the same voice, right, to communicate. And he basically made like, I guess weak auras basically, or bigwigs essentially for all of Wing 1, and it could tell you which can to go to and stuff like that.
Yeah, but the thing was, it wasn't like automatically stuff. It was like I had to press a button. I used to have a keyboard that had programmable keys, and I coded the keys to play an audio file. And I have had a virtual cable to route it to Discord. So I used... well, at the start I used just my own Discord, but then I had a second Discord for it when I started talking as well. But yeah, like if I saw a green, I pressed the button and it said green guys, right? So everyone knew that it's... Yeah.
Green guys. And of course the Heal Tempest arc. Because I mean, we were basically like the first group that started to play Heal Tempest, right? In Wing 2 in particular, I think.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't fully claim like we were the only ones doing
Not the only, but I think we were
but
like a very early adopter, right, of playing heel
we were
Tempest.
very early adopter and definitely most visible
Yeah.
adopter. Like, because we
Yeah.
were streaming and the videos that came out after Matthias was killed as well, right? With a heel Tempest there as well.
No boons,
So it
because
was
bear in
very
mind, guys, healers didn't give boons, right? Well, they gave prot and stuff, obviously, but no quickness and alacrity, right? Because you could only get that from a chrono.
regen, vigor.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because back then, like,
Might.
Vigor was not free, right? Like, getting like, some of these boons, guys, like, especially prot, like, protection uptime was not free, guys, back in the day. That's what you really got to understand about this. I know that sounds insane, right, these days, but if you go back and look at old Guild Wars 2 videos, the only boons that these group had access to was basically might, fury, swiftness, and quickness, right? That was what you had, right, on your boon bar. You didn't have prot. Not all the time, anyway. If you wanted to have prot, you would take a hammer auto attack dragon hunter. Like, that was actually the fucking build. And, okay, look, this will also sound ludicrous to you guys, by the way, too. The healing, because you took rid of persistence on their build, you played honor, because that was, like, the best DPS option for the hammer auto attack build. The healing from that, like the 200 health a second, that was relevant when you played Hammer DH back there. It was like 200 HP a second to the entire group. That was actually relevant. That should give you like some context on how much power creep has happened. Like, one, auto attack to get protection was relevant, and the 200 HPS was also relevant too.
I think the easiest way to explain power creep to new people is that skipping updrafts on Gorsable was not a thing at the start fully.
Yeah.
And if you now ask yourself, wait, there are updrafts? Yeah. I know, right? That's kind of it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. A fun history lesson? Yes. Yeah, it's funny. It's kind of cool to see Hala still here, actually, because, of course, Hala is someone we met in Classic WoW, actually, as it turns out, and is now lurking about the place here as well in Guild Wars 2. Very exciting. I think he played a bit of retail as well, if I'm not mistaken. Classic Andy. I believe Shaman player, I think. Deviant Fish Enjoyer. I also do like the Deviant Fish. You know, I actually have this recorded. This is kind of interesting. I was playing on, in one of the group hardcore runs that we were doing, I grinded the Deviant Delight recipe on my own. I was playing Alliance on, it was the Dwarf Priest, right? The Priest we were, the one where Jester died to the Centaur, right? And he was defiled. And I went there, and I farmed mobs in the Barrens for like 20 hours straight, and I got the recipe. Absolutely glorious. You love to see it. Classic Plus needs Blood Elves and it's S tier. Jester, you are a Kuma. The game will not cater towards you. It does not cater towards Kumas.
Well, I have 2 words for you that will bring back many memories, Tipo. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
For that nostalgia hit.
Yep.
Slick shoes.
Wait, what are you talking about the Gorsable slick shoes, or are you talking specifically about how Kevin raged fucking hard because he couldn't do it, and he got mega tilted and like rage quit because he couldn't do the slick shoes CC on Gorsable?
Kind of both, honestly. Because both are still Gorsable, right?
Yeah. Here's actually a very important question. Guys, well, one, Plenix, do you have the bikini outfit?
No.
You're clean. Chat, if you have the bikini outfit, please type Kuma in the chat. You need to confess here. Okay? Please type the
I have
Kuma
the suit,
emote.
though. If I have the suit, am I still based?
I mean, yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, it's pretty based.
Good. Coomer gladly, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, some people are proud. Like, they don't fear it.
I have seen many endgamers embracing the swimsuit meta. And I kind of miss the the scarf meta. You know.
But what was the? I mean, the meta in HOT. Every single player had like the elementalist starter. No, the light starter armor, right? That was like the Kuma meta, I think. It was like human tier 3 chest, because that was basically just a bikini anyway, right? And then you would go with like the winged pants, or you'd go with the sorcerer pants, I believe is what they were called. And that was the situation. Knows the exact names. Listen, I just know everything about the game, dude. I know it all. I've got to keep track of this kind of stuff. I need to, you know...
For research.
Well, look, I've just got to be aware of this stuff. You know, we have to call out Kumas. It's got to be
Let
done.
them be. Let them coom.
You know, let them coom. It's like let them cook, except slightly different.
Yeah, it is very different.
Yeah. Also, base game, light chest skins. I think what was really popular was like the Aether Blade set, right? I think people like the Aether Blade armor, which I believe was like kind of a Kuma setup as well. Yeah. It keeps coming out. Ah, yes, the Sneb Double Dragon story. Did you hear the Sneb Double Dragon story?
Well, you had to explain what the double dragon is to me, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
This story is fucking crazy, guys. It almost feels wrong to tell it without Sneb here. But here was the scenario, guys. He was having projectile vomiting and diarrhea simultaneously. And he was being driven to hospital. Like, he was sitting in the back of a truck, like, you know, an open truck, right? Like a pickup truck, basically. He was sitting on the back of that. And his friend was videoing him on the way as he's in, like, horrific digestive troubles. Like, just imagine that scenario. That's fucking crazy. Okay, I mean, that's wild. Like, what? What the fuck? That's crazy. Yeah. No. Yes. Oh, wait, Jester, is he trying to prove that he doesn't have it? Wait, Jester doesn't have it. That's crazy. Yeah, you can see here he does not have the swimsuit. It's confirmed. Unlocked 0 out of 1. Although actually, wait, whoa, what is it? Wait, what is this, bro? Wait, this is fake, no? He's not logged in.
You can't see that page unless you input an API key.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, that's what I mean. This is actually wrong. Because if I look at my efficiency, it shows Mighty Teapot logged in.
Yeah, but you don't have to be logged in. You can put in the key without being logged in.
I think this is fake. I think he's got it. I think he's actually trying to get some... He's photoshopped this. He's done some kind of operation here.
He should Photoshop.
Yeah, I think he's done something here to modify this in some way.
Fake news, you say?
Yeah. I think it's probably an alt too. It's on his alt. Although, to be honest, Jester's the kind of guy who would have it on his alts too. Like, even if he has 20 alts, he'd have it on all of them. And also, Jester, we've all seen your WoW characters. We know what you go for. And you're always talking about elves and how you like the lip textures on the night elves and stuff in Classic.